Hey guys, brand new podcast. It's a good one. It's with Ryan Sickler. I should just leave it right there and just start the podcast. Wouldn't that be cool? But I'm going to tell you about my dates because the Birdie Boy Relapse Tour is back up. We are in Brandon, Mississippi for a makeup date in a week. A week from today, I think is Friday, September 2nd, September 3rd and 4th, I'm in Atlantic City. The 7th, I am in Spokane, then Spokane for another show on the 7th. Victoria, Canada, September 8th. I have been slacking on mentioning my Canada shows. I thought they were all makeup dates. I didn't realize we added some. So Victoria, Canada, we have a show September 8th. Vancouver, we have added 3 more shows. I thought we had one show in Vancouver, so I was sleeping on promoting it. We have 3 shows. And so we have 2 on the 9th, 2 on the 10th, and then I'm in Red Rocks on the 13th. That's all I'm going to give you. That's all you need to know other than the Dickies Arena in Dallas-Fort Worth, September 17th, and then Corpus Christi, Lafayette, Lubbock, Texas. Today's guest is all-time favorite, one of the greats, one of my favorite human beings alive. He has the best podcast out on the internet, The Honeydew. Ladies and gentlemen, podcaster, friend, comedian, Ryan Sickler. It never ends. It's like, you know what? Selling tickets is like raising kids. It never ends. It just is different.
Yeah, you're a parent forever.
Forever. I mean, it gets so much more complicated. Like,
yeah, I just pulled up and your daughter drove away, and I was like, wait, what? Driving away? College?
She saw Tom the other day and walked in. Tom saw her. Tom hasn't seen her since she's been a grown-up. And he was like, she walked in on Whitney smoking weed the other day, and it's so funny. Whitney was like, "Oh,
are we allowed to smoke weed?
Yeah, if you want, yeah."
God, yeah, of course.
I've been sober for like fucking 12 days.
What's sober? Can I smoke?
Yeah,
this?
yeah, of course. Here, well, hang on. Take a look at what I have.
Oh yeah.
Take a look at what I have, and let me show you all the stuff I got.
Well, first of all, let's give our boy a plug here. It's
Joey Diaz.
Joey Diaz
Apparently
laughing
that's the
gas.
best weed.
It's fantastic.
It's the best weed in all of LA. It's the hardest to get.
It's fucking great. It's great
and I
stuff.
also have El Bluntos.
What are those?
What if I smoke? I don't have anything else to do today, do I?
Oh, these are shrooms. Which I'm also a big fan.
I have family photos at 6 p.m.
You'll be all right. Just
Leanne,
close. Listen, here's the secret. You close your eyes, and when they count to 3, that's when you open them. That way you're never fucking blinking. They go, just count to 3, and then you hit them open, and boom, they're open.
Hey, Leanne.
Thank you, Leanne.
Leanne, what do you think about me smoking weed? I've been sober for so long. I feel like I should not.
Why do you always ask me these?
But it's. I have the hardest time re-upping. Like if I was partying right now, I'd have no problem smoking weed.
It's the name of my fucking show.
Once I re-up
At the comedy store that you're doing
I'm doing
on
it
the
10-10.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, there's
baby.
doubles in
No,
here.
you're a big boy.
Smoke the sativas, and you won't feel like sleeping. That's when you feel like creating.
Do you think?
I don't fuck with indica until
What's that
know
one?
I got nothing to do. I was looking.
Hang on. I'll tell you the fuck.
Inhaled product, it says.
These are.
Oh, this is Durban Poison right here. This is some good shit.
That's the. I may need to drink if I eat Durban Poison. I have a. I have a Next Health meeting tomorrow where they're doing my. Tom and Joe got me all into this assessing your biomarkers.
I just did it.
Did you really?
I did a gut thing where you poop on his paper and you give them blood.
Yeah.
And they sent me my results and they tell me foods to avoid, foods I can enjoy, superfoods, minimize, and then it'll give you, and then they can create a daily vitamin built for Bert Kreischer. Versus the one we all just go grab at Rite Aid or whatever.
The thing I
Tailored
wanted
to your body.
The thing I wanted was my testosterone was low, and LA you can't really increase testosterone the way you can say in Austin. Like Austin's got different rules. Texas, obviously, they're like yeah. You want to fuck a horse? You want to fuck a horse? Here they do like a little slice in your ass and put a pellet in it, and then that's how they do that Durban Poison's appetite suppressant. Did you know that?
Is that right?
So they say.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I always want to just smoke weed.
I don't know how you drink the way you drink.
I mean,
I genuinely
this is
don't.
this is a mistake already.
Well, what I mean is,
No, I'm just saying, like, I know I'm going to want to drink tonight now that I've hit this.
see, when it comes to drinking, I have a high tolerance, but I feel sick before I feel buzzed or drunk or whatever. I get full. And you drink a lot of liquid when you drink. So how do you not feel
Oh, you
like
get full from just the liquid?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't
That's
even want to put
interesting.
water in my body after that. I'm so
Oh, I can take a
wanna,
Xanax tonight. We'll
There
keep
you go.
going.
But this is what's changed me. Like I could drink water or whatever all night, and this is never going to make me pass out.
I remember the first time we really worked together. We were working in Irvine. Do you remember this?
I do.
And I remember
You told me about it.
I've
before.
talked
You
about this so
about-
much because I was so impressed that you could smoke a whole joint by yourself. I was like, whoa, like, what is he, a drug dealer?
That makes you a dealer. I love it.
Isn't that crazy? Is that's where my brain went? That's where my brain went. No, I have a problem because I'll go on the wagon and then I'll stay on the wagon like aggressively. But I'm going
I
down
don't
to what?
Knock you off the fucking wagon.
I already
here in front
smoked
of you.
it. I already
All
smoked
right,
it,
here
yeah.
you go. Have some
But no. One hit should be like nice little thing that I can float into.
Yeah.
And then I kind of want to eat an edible tonight.
See, those are again, they don't work for me. I've had 3 of Joey Diaz's Stars of Death. Okay, I had 2 at one time, and we podcasted. We did a Crab Feast episode, and then he made me take another one, chew it up in front of him, and swallow it in front of him, and it did nothing.
That Joey does that
Okay.
like a cop. He's like, I need to see you eat it, dog.
But also, the next time I go back to his podcast is when he and Lee had that studio in North Hollywood. I come in, he's like, we got acid over the door sill. I'm like, Jesus Christ. He's like, we're old school, but he gave me this fucking thing. The best way I could, it looked like a fucking Ricola. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know
think
what
I
the
have those right here.
I have it in the car. it looked like that. It was brown and sticky and everything. He's like, eat
Yeah.
that. Like after the others didn't work, and I was like, I don't know about. I gotta be right back. I just gotta take a leak real quick. He's like, all right. I go in the bathroom. I just went like this on. I licked it and I was like, nah, I flushed that motherfucker. I smoked some joints.
I
with
ate it in the
That's
bathroom,
what I told
Joey.
him. I was like, I ate it.
I did that one time with ecstasy. I broke the pill in half, and we were in Venice. I broke the pill in half, and I ate it, and then I put the other half in my pocket. And they were like, "Did you eat it?" And I said, "Yeah." And they go, "Did you eat the whole thing?" I said, "Yeah." And they go, "Let me check your pocket." And I went, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "You sure you didn't just pocket it?" And I was like, "Well, no, I ate the whole thing, and I had it in this little pocket right
yeah,
here."
the little one.
And they were like, "Let me check your pocket." And I went, "I don't have it in there." They go, "Let me feel it." And but I did have half. And I was like, "Dude, you're being fucking crazy." And I got up, I went to the bathroom, and I flushed it because I was like, I didn't want to get caught with half an ecstasy pill. But I've never been a big like full pill dude or like a full joint
They
guy.
scare me. Oh,
Really?
I'll do a full joint. Pills scare me. We've talked about it before a little bit. I know you like your. I've done ecstasy a couple times. I think the first time I had it too, it was just booty. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Shrooms I really like more and more these days.
Take that
actually.
bar.
Weed, I will. And
It
I've
looks
never
legit.
done
It
coke.
looks legit.
It does look legit.
Well, it does. I mean,
I have one at home actually, a chocolate bar.
it's
in the
crazy
fridge.
that mushrooms are so accessible now.
I don't want to ash.
Just ash anywhere. It doesn't fucking
I'm not gonna ash just anywhere.
Where are we? My ashtray is filled with dice.
No cocaine.
No
and
cocaine.
as I talk, I sound like an old white guy these days, but it's not safe to do drugs anymore.
Smoke a cigar.
No
Would that
cocaine.
make you crazy?
Mm-mm. I can't smell. I still can't smell from
I smell
COVID
like
in 2020. I can't smell.
I smell
good.
horrific.
But
This is what happens to me.
it's the first time you smoked weed. First time ever.
First time ever I was 14, I was in ninth grade. I remember more the first time I got drunk. Because I remember I tried alcohol
What
a few
age
times.
is that?
14, same thing.
Same age.
Same age, probably a couple months apart. We went out to Sal Carinante's dock, and we got weed at a bowling alley on, they're not a bowling alley, a pool hall by our school. We walked there from fucking Sal's house,
Now, this is where? Florida?
Tampa.
Okay, so did you have good weed then or no?
No, no. I mean,
We called it practice weed, the shit
So-
we got in Baltimore. That's what we call it. We're like, let's go get some practice.
I
weed.
practice pussy. Yeah. I ended up dating her. that first round of weed we smoked was not. It was. I don't even know if it worked, and we smoked a lot of that type of weed until the first time it worked. The first time it worked, meaning worked. I was at a dude's house who had a big house on a lake in Carrollwood, and we went out. We used to go out and smoke, and like we'd put on like outfits to get high. And I remember I wore ski goggles and like we were pretending we were skiing, and then we were seeing aliens. But I really think we were faking it until one time we weren't, and that is date
what happened?
The highest I've ever been. His mom came out. God rest her soul.
You're outside?
Outside. And
In
we are
goggles
legit,
and shit?
We're outside on the dock. No. His house was extremely big. He probably had what I'm guessing was probably 8 acres.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
So it was probably a
For a
few
house.
acres. Yeah, it was pull it up. Can you pull it? I'm pulling it up on Zillow and show it to you because I remember where this house was. And we were all the way out at the dock, and his mom came out to the back porch and yelled for us, and we heard her, and we were like, "Fuck, we got to go in." And the second we started walking in, I realized how high I was, and time started clipping, and I was missing periods. It would go throop.
That's interesting.
And it would be pitch black, and then I'd be there, and then pitch black, and then I'd be there. And I was like, oh, I'm really fucking high. And I had my first panic attack on marijuana that day. I got in the shower, I tried to take a shower thing, and that would turn it around, and it didn't. And then it turned out okay. I kind of turned the buzz around a little bit towards the end of the night, but I did not smoke weed again for a period of time. And then I smoked it. The next time I smoked it, the same thing happened. And I went and I almost called my mom to tell her, "Mom, I've been smoking weed. I think I'm dying." And I didn't. Thank God I didn't. And then I didn't smoke weed again for a while. I got to college, freshman year. I smoked with there were two factions in our fraternity. There were the guys who dipped and drank whiskey and drank beer, and then there were the guys that just smoked weed. And the guys that just smoked weed were I mean this respectfully, they were cooler. So not all of them. Some of them, most of them were cooler, like just nicer dudes who saw the world a little differently. One guy, shout out to Rod Warden. He had a motorcycle. He had a badass tattoo on his foot, like he was a cool.
What'd you say?
Tattoo. He just a cool fucking dude. Rod Warden to this day is.
How have I never heard tattoo? I know you say a lot of fucked up words, but tattoo is a good one. Tattoo.
They were.
Listen, I can't say it's wrong. I mean,
yeah, that's how they say it. By the way, I've been listening to a lot of The Dictators on Noiser. It's an app.
Yeah,
and he calls it. I call them dictators. He calls them dictators. Dictators. And they got me to do a bong hit, and I had a good time. But I was always very sparing with it. My last senior year of college, the last hurrah. I got really into weed. That summer, I got really into weed. That fall, I got really into weed. I was really into weed. I brought a one hitter everywhere with me, like the wooden ones, and I go into the dugout, and I would have a few drinks at the bar. And I go into the bathroom at Yanni's. I take a hitter of the one hitter. This is when weed was illegal, and then and from that point on, it's always been a little bit part of my life. But it wasn't, but it's fell out, and it wasn't until I fell off that waterfall in North Carolina, and I was addicted to oxys that Leanne put it back into my life. Put it back into my life, and then I put it into all our friends' lives.
So wait, it helped you stay off the oxys?
Yeah. So I fell off that waterfall, and I was addicted to Oxycontins. Like, meaning they were telling me, eat one every 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing it like waking up in the middle of the night and eating one. And just because I would put me back to sleep. If I woke up, I was like, oh, an Oxy and Valium. I was eating Oxys and Valiums. And yeah, and I think because of that, I started smoking weed. We went on a camping trip, and I started smoking weed. And I remember the first morning waking up feeling a little not great because I hadn't had any oxys and my back hurt and all that. and I went into the bathroom with a one hitter just like I did at Yanni's, and I blew it out the window. And all of a sudden, you know that feeling when you get high in the morning and you're a little hungover and it just kind of like rights the boat?
Yeah.
I felt really fucking good. And I went, oh, I think I'm gonna start doing this again. And now it's been, but it kind of would go in and out.
Well, but still, how great that weed got you off oxys, because oxys are, if you're addicted to those, there's only one way. That's death at the end.
Dude, I just saw a documentary on the Osbournes. Do you remember how fucking pivotal that show was?
Yeah.
Well, so Jack Osbourne was on Bill Maher's show.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know, Jack Osbourne's just kind of a bad motherfucker. Like, you think that kid.
Think of what he saw growing up. Fucking
Dude.
Black Sabbath, for God's sake.
As a child, he was a child, like meaning 6,
I want to
7.
say this, by the way. Randy Rhoads, still one of the most underappreciated, overlooked guitarists
Yes.
ever.
Dude.
I think his brother teaches drums here out in Burbank.
Tom Rhodes?
He teaches comedy classes. But his other brother,
Jack Osbourne and Kelly Osbourne, and they have a sister, Amy.
Mhm.
They were on tour with their dad, like all through the 80s. All when they were kids, they were on tour with their dad. And then they do that reality show. He's got to be like, I mean, I'm guessing like 13, 15.
maybe, yeah.
And it's
Pivotal years.
And he is it's before Kardashian. It's before all that.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest. How old is he? 36. He's 36. I'm 50. So I was probably, he was probably, wasn't even 16 when all that was going on. And by the way, I didn't know this. The first season, shits and giggles, right? Second season, his mom gets cancer. He's addicted to drugs. His dad starts drinking again, and Kelly gets addicted. The second season of the fucking show. You're like, I mean, I saw him on I saw him on Bill Maher's, and like in a weird way, because you saw him grow up, you feel like you're a champion of his, and you're like, that guy's got his shit together. Like, there are very few people that have their shit together that are that level.
And that early, too. What a fucking... It just was this juggernaut show that everybody was watching. They were Halloween costumes. When you get to a level when people are making Halloween costumes out of you, you're fucking hitting a pulse.
Dude.
You know? You're hitting a fucking pulse. I want to see all the Burt Kreischer Halloween costumes out this year.
It's just
That's
going
what I
out with
want
your
to
shirt
see,
off.
bro.
I'm fat sticks.
I will tell you a story. So we found out a very fun, hard way that my cousin is actually allergic to marijuana. So,
God.
But you know what? Before I say this, Austin, Texas, I'm coming to the Vulcan next weekend, Labor Day weekend. Get your tickets at RyanSickler.com.
You know how to sell a show.
Before I forget.
Atlantic City, before we talk about the guy that is allergic to marijuana, which might be one of the best stories we've heard. Man, I saw a girl fall out of a building one time. Atlantic City, September 2nd and 3rd and 4th. Dude, did I ever tell you about the time my dad got bit by a snake? Vancouver the following weekend.
I thought you really saw him fall out of him.
Segura hit a man with his car last night. Red Rocks, September 13th.
Okay. So
Did you see Segura while he was here?
I saw him. He came and did my show last time while he was here. Yeah.
He's here right now.
Yeah, and he would.
Did he put you in his TV show, his $1 million TV show?
I did a role where I can't talk about it, but I'm in a scene where he put me in a scene. Yeah.
How come no one puts me in TV shows? You ever noticed that? Keep going. So wait, your brother.
So last time I was on here, I talked about how I unsuccessfully gave my grandma mouth to mouth and CPR, and she passed away. So shortly after that, oh God, I move in with my Aunt Marguerite, who's my grandmom's sister. Okay. My cousins live with her. She's same situation. She's a grandparent raising her grandchildren because her son is a paranoid schizophrenic, in and out of mental hospitals and halfway houses. And her
Did
daughter.
he ever do drugs?
Yeah. Well, that's what caused it. It was Sid Barrett. It was just like the Pink Floyd shit. He had so much. He was there were two built-in Just Say No to Drugs. Don't let me forget to tell this story.
Okay.
if you're from Maryland and my age, Len Bias was absolutely our say no to drugs
Len
campaign.
Bias was everyone's. Was his dying words? I'm a racehorse.
Is that what he said?
He said, they were like, hey man, you've done a lot of that. And he was like, I'm a fucking racehorse.
So I was on my way to the dentist with my dad, and it came on the radio, and we were like, what? And that's when I was like, that guy's built like a Greek god. How can something take that down? And then that's when I started learning about, cocaine. And that was our say no to drugs. The other one was our cousin, built in the family, who was really good at lacrosse. He was a black belt in karate. He was my dad's first cousin. They grew up very tight together.
Yeah.
And my dad would tell me, like, he was wanted by Syracuse, all these schools for lacrosse. And then he met a woman, started doing a lot of drugs, probably was already doing drugs, just got over the line with it. And then,
Like
lost his mind.
psychedelics.
Mm-hmm. Tons of
Psychedelics,
acid,
man.
tons of
That's
acid.
the problem I have with psychedelics is that, like, I remember the last time I did mushrooms, I think. Yeah. The last time I did mushrooms, I was at the Dallas Improv. Dallas, not Dallas. It's called something else. Addison Improv.
Addison.
And we all ate mushrooms, and I did not know there was a third show on Saturday. And so I ate them before
That
the
old
second
school
show.
11 p.m. show.
And I had a panic attack going like, well, I'm done. I'm actually ready to party. I'm not ready to work. And I got on stage, and the candles on the table were going back and forth. I just like, and I had a panic attack. I was like, oh, my kids depend on this brain to make sure they can pay their bills. And here I am fucking with the chemistry of it. Like, my kids need this brain to go to college. They need this brain. Now, it doesn't make a ton of money at the time, but it was what paid for everyone. And a great man, I'll tell you his name off air.
Do I know him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was with me, and he said, don't worry, we'll drink through this. He's like, it's just a drug. It's no different than food poisoning. The way it's interacting with your body does not
That's
change
interesting,
anything.
too. Food.
And we can drink through this. If you had a cold, could we drink through it? I was like, yeah. Then we drink through it. And so we just drank through it. And then we ended up at a fire pit at the hotel next door, taking pictures with a camera on an overexposed lens. And I had a really good time. And then the next
If you
day,
have good shrooms, you can sit in your car and pet your fucking dashboard
yeah.
and have a good goddamn time.
Hey, buddy, calm down.
It's hard.
We're going to get on the 101 now.
Everything's
That's
fine.
okay.
Everything's just
Your
fine.
cousin was allergic to marijuana.
So a couple of times with him, we had done some gravity bong hits. Now, what we used to do is take the old 2-liter milk jug, cut it, put it in the water. Well, this motherfucker hit one more
Walk
time.
everyone through a gravity bong
Okay.
if they don't know what it is. Because this is interesting. I
This
remember
is
the
how
first
we
time.
would do it.
Yeah.
We either took a 2-liter or a milk jug, and you would cut the bottom off. You have your double sink, you fill one up or whatever, and then you put your jug down into the water, and it disperses the water, but it keeps the air here. And then you're gonna smoke your bong out of that, and
So
then
you light it.
You
So
light it.
push it down.
here you go. Yeah, here you go.
You
So
push it down.
Mm-hmm. Then when you push it down, that fucking smoke, it is. Talk about it's coming. It is everything in that jug, whatever size you decide to put in there, and however hard you decide to hit it to fill it up. When you push that motherfucker down, it is all smoke.
You're
coming back.
shotgunning Poseidon.
Yes.
Like he is. Oh.
You know what we used to do too? We used to
I miss
agree.
shotgunning
There'd be
girls.
4 of us on a hookah, and 3 of us would just nod. And when we wouldn't tell the other guy, when he go to inhale, we'd all blow hard as shit and try to kill that motherfucker.
Dude,
Try to
shotgunning.
pop his lung.
Shotgunning weed was one of my one moves to hook up with chicks. Like that was like my one move. I was like, did I go on and really smoke pot? And I go, I'll just shotgun it for you. And they were like, oh, really? Thank you.
Fill it
And I
up
was
like
like,
that.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, look how fancy. We didn't do shit like
Oh,
that.
wow.
Now bang that thing down there, lady.
Is that a chick?
Damn, lady. Yeah.
See, that's kind of chick. That's the kind of chick you marry.
What's your name, girl?
Her name's Kaya. What's her name? She shot it. Her name's Kaya
So this motherfucker
Luna?
has a terrible experience from that.
from a gravity bong.
Terrible. So
Get her name and Google her Instagram.
right there, Kaya Luna, KY. Oh, it's at least produced by her.
Yeah. Google Kaya Luna. I bet
First,
she's got
oh,
a
look at that little
ton.
tip. Crush the plastic first. Makes it easier to cut at the bottom third.
What? Crush it? What?
Yeah, see at the bottom, and she had a little tip for you.
Kaya Luna Instagram. Kaya Luna's going to have videos of her smoking blunts. That's Kaya Luna. Kaya Luna's done a lot of gravity bong hits. Look at Kaya Luna. By the way, Kaya Luna is the example number one of why you shave your head. She looks great with a shaved head. She looks great.
She looks great with no eyebrows.
She looks great with no eyebrows. Kaya Luna's.
Damn, Kaya.
Kaya, I hope you're 18 because we're commenting on how beautiful you are. Kaya Luna gets high as fuck.
Always doing something different with the makeup.
As a dad, I'm not no nudes on Insta, but keep going, Kaya.
I didn't see any nudes.
She was like half nude.
No, I don't like it.
So is that her in blackface? Is that a black? That's a black.
I think it's just a different person.
What if we blew up Kaya Luna's spot? She gets fired from Blimpies. She's like, how many followers does she have? 1,700. See if she follows me. Go to following. You already looked.
It would say follow back if she followed you up there.
She shouldn't follow anyone I know. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy that Kaya Luna and I would exist in two worlds, and my world would never lap over with her world?
You could literally live in another fucking planet from that person, even though we're on the same rock.
I have the best mattress in town. I don't even need to do this, Reed. I'll tell you that's how great my mattress is. We have a Helix Sleep mattress, so great that when I tried the first one, we got our first one, I switched all our mattresses to Helix mattress. I didn't realize how I slept. It's so funny. Sleeping is something you do so much of, and you just kind of go, I guess I like a hard mattress. I guess I like a soft mattress. I took the Helix sleep quiz. It takes 2 minutes. And it told me I like a big, soft mattress. And I'm telling you, I sleep like a dream on this mattress. It got sent here, and I did a video. I posted a video. You'll see it. It's so easy to set up. It took me 2 minutes, the fastest I set when I got 4 mattresses. I set the mattress up faster than I took the sleep quiz. That's how easy it is to set up. And it is fucking amazing. If you don't know how you sleep, your side, stomach, back, take this 2-minute sleep quiz. Maybe you move around all night, like my wife. You take the one thing, you're going to get matched to the mattress that you like. It's going to get shipped directly to your door for free, and you don't need to go to a mattress store ever again. So they were awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2021 by GQ and Wired magazine. Here's what you know. They give a 10-year warranty. You can try it out for 100 nights risk-free. They'll even pick it up if you don't love it, but you will, and they have financing options also. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/Bert. If you're like me, you have a tendency to put things off until the very last minute. I do that with everything, including dentist appointments, doctor's appointments. And while most of the time it works out, one thing you really can't afford to put off is setting up term coverage life insurance. You've probably seen life insurance commercials on TV and thought, yeah, I'll get that into that later. No, this is something you shouldn't be waiting on. Choose life insurance through Ladder Life. Ladder is 100% digital. No doctors, no needles, no paperwork. When you apply for $3 million in coverage or less, just answer a few quick questions about your health in an application, and boom, you're on it. Ladder's customers rate them 4.8 out of 5 on Trustpilot, and they made the Forbes Best Life Insurance list of 2021. You just need a few minutes, a phone, a laptop to apply, and their smart algorithm works in real time, so you're going to find out if you're instantly approved. No hidden fees, cancel at any time, get a full refund if you change your mind in the first 30 days. Ladder's policies are insured by insurers with long, proven histories of paying claims. They're rated A and A+ by AM Best. Finally, since life insurance costs more as you age, now is the time to cross it off that list. So go to ladderlife.com/Bert today to see if you're instantly approved. That's LADDER life.com/Bert. Ladderlife.com/Bert. Keep going. I'm so sorry.
All right, it's okay. So, my cousin. So when I'm homeless now after my grandmother dies, her sister takes me in, and my cousins are living with her. So I'm just.
Is it you and your brother?
No, it's just me. My brother went and lived with his girlfriend and.
Yeah, that's right. I remember.
And their family. So one night, it's January. It's my cousin Jennifer's birthday. Okay, and she's got 17 girls over for her birthday party. Right, they're all fucking hot. Like, my cousin missed her calling. She absolutely should have been a scout for Playboy or any of these magazines. Every time she would bring friends over, we're in LA. She came to visit. She goes, I'm bringing 2 girlfriends. And I had 2 buddies over. Like, we're going to leave. And I go, listen to me. You can if you want.
But you're gonna miss.
But I'm telling you, my cousin's got a fucking talent. She comes walking down the hallway with these 2 blondes. Like, we're going out with you tonight. I said, I knew you are.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
What's your cousin doing now?
She's just single mom living in Baltimore right now, working for some company. I don't want to say the name because I might have it wrong and I don't want to promote them, but
Playboy or Playgirl, one or the other. Keep going.
nothing like any of that.
Yeah.
She should.
So keep going. So
there's 17 girls and I've got a little bit of weed. And again, we have practice weed, but this one came in from Portland. This is fucking beautiful. We don't get shit like this. It was that time where you're like, look at this. Oh my, that's what they're doing on the West Coast.
I'm gonna write stuff down because I want to talk about
Do
it.
it.
Keep going.
So I tell my cousin, hey, I got this fucking weed, but I don't want to split it with all these fucking girls. I'm going to go out to the car and smoke and get high. So I roll this fucking joint. It's probably one of the greatest freehand joints I've ever rolled in my fucking life. And we go out to my 1990 Honda Civic with original rims, and it's freezing outside. It's Baltimore, it's January, and this joint is burning. I mean, with a triangle at the top. Like, it's beautiful. And we're listening to Hendrix. And I go, do you want one hit? And he goes, yeah, I'll take one hit. He takes one. Okay. I continue to smoke the whole fucking joint. He goes, let me have one more. I go, are you sure? He goes, I'm all right. Let me have one more. I go, okay. So he hits it. So now we get out of the car. And as we're walking down the driveway, you can hear and feel this wind. Like it came around the corner of the house. Like, oh, there you guys are. And it blew right into my fucking chest. And I got shivers I couldn't get rid of, right? So now so we go in the warm house and I'm going into
Tom Scooter, hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, don't say anything. I'm doing a podcast right now with Sickler, and he's telling me about the time he found out his cousin was allergic to weed.
Who?
Ryan Sickler.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you.
What are you
I
doing?
was calling to laugh about your ridiculous photo that you posted.
Wait, let me show Sickler. Let me pull up my Instagram. I look good though, don't I?
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Yeah. No,
Are you going to the airport right now?
No, I'm at Penn State.
Oh, you're already there? Look at that.
Look how tan you are, man.
Read
Look
my
at
caption.
those traps.
Read my caption.
Hey, Joe Rogan, when I hunt, I don't use a bow. I said trap. See who gets done with this. That's good. Wait, did you see the one of you the other day photoshopped onto, what's his name, Mark Davis's face?
No.
The owner of the Raiders?
No.
Wait, Tom loves his haircut. You got to see this.
What are you laughing at?
You got to see Bert on his face.
I gotta see. I don't think
Tom, it's the funniest goddamn fucking thing. It's Bert. I think it's Chase Lepard or whatever. He did it, I think.
Oh my god.
Look it up. Look up Chase Lepard and
you
look up
modify the
Bert's
photo at
fucking
all?
face on
No,
Mark.
I didn't modify it at all. I just done traps.
I just. Okay.
I did front row raises. And
Check
so,
his story. Is
and I was
still up on his
benching. I
story?
benched
think it was
155 10 times, 4 times.
All right. Wait, what is the challenge this October?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
That
I
is.
see. I think
Damn
we
it.
should have a bodybuilding challenge.
How do you think that'll go?
I
It
think
was
I'll
funny
destroy
shit.
everyone. All I got to do is shred off this fucking excess weight, and I'll be jacked.
I want to know if it was.
I will
him.
be
It's so
jacked.
good.
My shoulders are better than Joe's shoulders, and I dare him to post a picture.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, just put it in the
I
thread.
got some nice traps, man. I've never been able to have a book bag.
I miss you,
one strap.
Tommy. It was good seeing
I
you.
got you too.
I love you, Tom
We
Segura.
love you very much.
I love you. Like a
All right.
son to me, man.
All right, bye.
James Brown's 5'6".
So this wind hits you
So
in the
wind
chest.
hits us in the chest and gets stuck. I mean, it's just rattling.
Yeah.
It's freezing. So we run into the bedroom and we start putting like thermals and hoodies and shit on. And it's probably 11 o'clock at night. My aunt, great aunt, right, and her husband, Uncle Ed, they're asleep upstairs. There's fucking and my cousin Gary, who's dead. He's deaf also, so he can't hear
the
any of it.
schizophrenic one?
No,
Oh.
his son is named
How
Gary
ironic
also,
would
right?
that be if you were schizophrenic but you were deaf?
Man, you'd be trapped.
So you heard
inside
voices,
all
but
of it.
no one else
No
did.
one else did. Oh,
How ironic would that be? He's schizophrenic, but he's deaf. So what did you say?
which voice is he not?
Keep going. Keep going. I'm sorry that I'm fucking milking this
It's
story.
okay. I love it. So, as we're dressing, I look over at my cousin. I'm like, and he looks like shit. he looks pale and gray. And
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, man, are you all right? You sure you took that extra hit? He's like, yeah, I think I'm okay. And then I turn around again and I pull my sweats or whatever on. I look back at him. He looks worse that much faster. I go,
Like just a white face. Like
just
pale.
that that embalmed look,
Yeah.
that dead gray. He's looking like, and he's getting sweaty and clammy. So now I'm like, oh my God, do I look like that? This is a fucking high octane weed compared to what we are used to smoking.
Yeah.
So I'm over there looking in the mirror and I'm like, I look fine. So I go, hey man, go upstairs and take some ibuprofen, get yourself some ice water or something. He's like, okay. So he goes upstairs. And now I go out to talk to my cousin, who's the talent scout, we'll call her Jennifer, one of my favorite fucking cousins. And we're sitting on the fireplace, the what do you call it? The little ledge there.
Yeah.
And the fire's right on our backs, and it feels so fucking good because I'm like, I said, hey man, your brother, she goes, hey, real quick, we're all tripping on acid. I go, what? She goes, well, 15 of us in here are tripping on acid. There's 2 girls locked in the bathroom right now because they're scared of the 15 of us on acid. I go, I just want you to know, your brother gets fucked up off of weed. He just took this extra hit off this shit we had from Portland. And as I'm talking, he's coming down the stairs, okay? And I go, look at him over there. He does not look good. And this motherfucker gets to the bottom step, and he stands erect like this, and he rocks back and falls forward. And I mean, face first, eats the banister.
Oh
you know
my
that little
God,
cheap
yeah.
wood banister?
Yeah.
And you hear it go, and it breaks, and then he goes fucking down. And now blood is gushing out of his fucking, his chin here. But we don't see it. Okay. I see him fall, and he goes down. And Friday had just come out. I mean, the comedic timing of my fucking cousin. It's hack now.
Yeah.
But that moment, she went over and stood over top of him and goes, you got knocked the fuck out. And I'm like, oh my God, I just killed my fucking cousin.
Yeah.
I'm panicking, but she thinks it's the funniest fucking thing, right? His eyes roll back in his head. His teeth, when he hit the banister, went through his here.
What happened to Leanne? Keep going.
And blood is gushing, okay? Well, here come 15 fucking chicks tripping on acid, looking at this kid's eyes roll back, and blood start gushing, and they're freaking the fuck out. I go, here I am again, about to CPR him. I'm like, he can't move. And I tell the girl, I go, call 911. And she goes, 9, slow-mo. And then she goes, 1. And she looks back, and I'm pinching my cousin's nose. I tilt his head. I mean, as close as I am to this mic right now, I put my lips, and he finally goes, get the fuck off of me. I go, don't hit that thing. She hangs up. And he goes, man, I could hear everything that was going on. I was locked inside myself until you almost kissed me. I was like, I wasn't kissing you. I was trying to give you mouth to mouth. He's like, whatever you call it.
Until you started kissing me. I
shook
wasn't
me out.
kissing
He
you. You
goes-
sucked my dick.
He goes, you got to take me to the hospital. I'm like, I'm not taking you to the hospital. You're going to fucking take this shit. You're going to bleed out over there, and you're going to
Yeah.
take it. So now he tries to get into the bathroom, and the
There's
girls
2
won't
girls
let
locked
him.
in
They
there, so
won't
they're
even
on
let him.
acid.
He's
Yeah.
bleeding and shit now. And the rest of them just sit there. And I go, you need to wait this out until the morning time. And then when Uncle Ed's up, you fucking tell him you tripped down these motherfucking steps, but just take it to
Yeah.
get some stitches. And that's what he fucking did. And he's never touched weed ever again. Now,
Really?
I shouldn't say touch because I'm not going to give his name, but he is a retired police officer in the great state of Maryland. And when I would come home back when marijuana was illegal, that was my safe transport across town. He would bring it. He would bring it to me. He lived with his brother who smoked weed. I'm like, bring me some of Gary's fucking weed.
We were with. I'm gonna have you edit his name out, only because I know he does not like people knowing that he smokes weed. So we were with,
Okay.
and he's on the bus with us, and I just gotten a bunch of really great weed from someone, and this person that I mentioned does not smoke weed ever. He says, actually, I've had a couple bad experiences with it. And we're like, really? And he's like, yeah. So I don't really mess around with it. So we're all on the bus, and we all get high, and we're all sitting there drinking red wine, laughing hysterically, And this guy starts laughing so hard, and he goes, ah, and takes a nosedive. We thought he's fucking around. Now we're crying, laughing, going,
Off
look at
of
that.
weed,
Off
okay.
of a couple hits of weed. And unconscious, nose plants, breaks his nose.
No.
Like fucking splits it open, spills wine everywhere, and is out. I mean, unconscious. And we're like,
on the bus.
on the bus. We're like, what the fuck? And we pull him up, and he was like, what happened? And we're like, what do you mean, what happened? You just fucking passed out. And he was like, oh yeah, I interact bad with weed sometimes. Nose bleeding. These two fingers are numb. He pinches a nerve in his neck.
What
And
the fuck?
and we were just like, what the fuck? And it was like, and he's really, and by the way, he's really drunk, and he's also pretty fucking high.
I'm going to come back to my theory on that.
Okay. And we're like, hey, we need you. We put him in his bunk because he's very fucked up. But now we got to wake him up. Well, we didn't put him in his bunk. We left him on the bunk. We're like, you need to go to the hospital. He's like, I'm fine. I don't need to go to the hospital. We're like, you just hit your head pretty hard. You can't go to sleep. And he was like, that's not a real thing. I can go to sleep. And he's like, and we're like, how are you feeling? And he's like, well, it's really hard to tell if it's the weed, my neck, or I'm drunk. Like we were terrified. And then he smoked since.
I think, because I know people who can smoke weed from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep, but the minute they mix a beer or a glass of wine with it, it wrecks them. Throwing up, spinning, and everything.
It's my favorite thing.
I wonder if
a
it's
few
the combo that doesn't knock
My
his ass
favorite thing
out.
is a few drinks and a joint.
Yeah.
And like a joint, not the full joint. I've never been a full joint dude, but like a couple hits off a joint. Like Leanne's birthday, we got all the kids here, and we had a dance party out there, and I was drinking tequila all night long, and then at one point I went, I really want to dance. And I just pulled out a joint. I had these great joints. I don't know where they are, but they're really
These are
like
good.
Those are good. These ones are like heavy in CBD, so they're very relaxing. These are great. This Blue Dream. Here's the thing I want to talk to you about.
Don't forget them. I want to tell you a story about my friend on shrooms and why shrooms scared me for so long.
Tell me right now.
All right. So I originally moved to California in '94.
What?
Yeah, I get up.
Wait, how old were you? 23?
I was going to be, 20. I was 20 because I was coming out of community college
94
to go.
Oh,
there.
yeah, 94.
Yeah.
You're 20 years old. Jesus Christ.
And I'm accepted to Cal State Northridge. And the morning I
Were you
wake
going to be
up,
an engineer?
No, I just wanted to come out here to do comedy, but I
Yeah.
also had nothing. I had no parents. I had nobody to get money from. So I knew I needed to get some kind of degree to fall back on if this doesn't work. So I knew it was going to take longer.
I have a friend who just lost everyone. And they're the only one in their family. And I was like, oh, that's got to be tough.
Yeah.
That's got to be tough where you're.
Thank God it
just
wasn't
you.
everybody, but it was just me out here.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I wake up the morning to come out here and
I was thinking about
fucking-
your dad the other day.
That's nice.
I was really nervous about these this CT scan and carotid artery scan,
Mhm.
and all I thought was, I bet if you gave Ryan $1 million, said you'd go back in time, you'd force your dad to get those tests.
Man, they don't even know if they existed then.
They didn't.
1989.
I don't think they did. I think
I go get a calcium test. I got everything.
I got calcium, and then I got the
Do
carotid
it.
arteries.
You
I got-
good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
I'm 0 in my heart, 0 in the John Ritter.
0, bro.
John Ritter
That's what I'm
is
talking
like and then I have minimal in my neck, but I've changed the way I eat. I'm eating super clean.
Good.
And
go
I
up
just
your
heard
butt.
from Rogan
Go up your butt.
that
Check up your
I got
knee-hole.
I got the AST test, which is they do a test, the test for colon cancer.
The AST. You believe it's the AST to go up your ASS, and a T is one fucking letter off from S. Isn't that a motherfucker?
I have no colon cancer, but I'm getting a colonoscopy in November because I'm sure if they find a polyp,
hope
they'll
you don't
take them
mind
off.
that I
I don't,
took two.
dude. You
Okay.
can smoke
Okay.
all my weed. Which one's that?
This is the other one or whatever I just had. This is the Durban.
Still Durban?
Yeah, I'm not hungry.
It's an appetite suppressant.
yeah, it's what
These
he
are from Native Roots. Thank you, Native
Good
Roots.
stuff. Anyway, long story short, I wake up that morning and the Northridge quake hits. It's MLK Day,
Whoa,
and my
you were out here
school's
for
destroyed.
then?
Well, I was driving here. My school's destroyed when I.
I remember where I was when that hit.
destroyed when I get here.
Yeah.
Parking garage crushed. The malls are crushed. There's fire coming out of the goddamn streets. There's families living in the park surrounded by National Guard. it's mayhem. The school starts a month late, and we're in trailers and sidewalks was where my semester was. And there's photos. Look at that shit. It was destroyed. The freeways were crushed.
Yeah.
They actually tried to petition to change the name from the Matadors to the Quakes, and they wanted to call the gym the Epicenter because it was the epicenter. But 2 or 3 students died. So like, listen, that's kind of in poor taste. So there it is. But more people would have died if it wasn't for the holiday.
I heard
that
they
day.
tried doing that at West Virginia, the targets, but nothing.
All right, so that summer, Pink Floyd is coming to the Rose Bowl.
By the way, I don't even know if that's the right school. Where was the school shooting it? Was it in West Virginia?
At the college?
Yeah, didn't there
Virginia Tech.
Motherfucker. I can't even make a good offensive joke.
I was wondering where you were going.
You're
but
like,
I
what the fuck?
thought you were talking about like just a high school shooting or something
Yeah,
because
it's
I
fucking-
couldn't tell you. There's so many of those goddamn shootings.
Right? Can I tell you?
That's
It's until it affects you. It's a joke until it affects you.
You know Stephen Garza at the Comedy Store?
Yeah.
So he was involved in one. He
He
came
shot
on.
up a high school. See, it's a joke until it involves you. Right now, he's like, it was a little more aggressive. I'll take one more hit.
He came on the Honeydew and talked
Best
about
podcast out there.
Thank you, dude.
Best podcast out
Thank
there.
you for real.
Without a doubt, you're so good at interviewing people. Your interview with Felipe is one of the best interviews I've ever seen in my life. And I go, how did you do it? Like, I'm bad at interviewing. I interrupt. I tell you stories about me. And then, but your podcast is amazing.
I appreciate it. I really
Am
do.
I going to be honest with you? I want to do it again because I feel like I could do better.
Come and do it again.
Okay.
Please come and do it again. But he came on and told a story about, and I forget the school he was in, but it was San Diego, and he was a victim. Like a couple kids died. This
Did
guy,
he get shot?
he did not, but he said he heard the bullets going right by and hitting the fucking lockers and shit while they're all running. Like, terrifying.
I tell you what, it's funny. We were
Terrifying.
in Italy, and we were in Italy, and we were in a big location. It's kind of bizarre when you think I'm in a place where guns do not exist. Like, and then you're in.
Do you think about that on the road? Didn't dawn on me. I'm going to come back to that shroom story. I'm not going to forget it. In Kansas City, I brought Hannah Dickinson with me to feature, and she's a really funny fucking comedian. And she goes, "Hey, do you know that our opener has a gun on him?" And I go, "Does he?" And I go, "Hey, you carrying right now?" And he goes, "Yeah, man." He picks up his back and he's got a piece in there. So I take a picture, I put it out on social. And then the fan's like, "Hey, man, great show. I was there tonight. I had my piece on me too." And I was like, oh, fuck. And this is Kansas City. I was like, we got to start remembering where we are in the United States and what's a fucking concealed carry goddamn city.
Dude.
And be fucking cautious.
As a man with 3 guns, like I'm a gun owner, and I would get rid of them if everyone promised to get rid of them. Like, I don't need a gun. It's nice to have. Like the other night, I'm in bed and I hear something and in the center, and it's just a little chaos, and it just seems like something's going on. And I thought, oh, it's nice to know I could real quick grab a gun and clean up whatever's happening in there.
Stop that shit.
Yeah. But it was Georgia bringing friends home, and then I was like, oh, I also could have just shot a bunch of children.
Yeah.
Because I'm not prepared, nor do I know. I know what I'm doing. I've shot at Terran Tactical. I know pop.
It just sounded like you said I shot a pterodactyl. Like you shot a motherfucking pterodactyl, man.
Do you know dinosaurs were? I shot a pterodactyl.
Austin,
once.
Texas. Come see me at the Vulcan next weekend. Friday and Saturday. Tickets at RyanSickler.com.
And I'll be in Atlantic City Saturday and Sunday, September 3rd and 4th. Hold on.
You said you know what to do. You're trained. You shot.
Oh, I shot guns. I shot guns.
I want to go to that tactical place and shoot.
Dude, that guy's a bad bitch.
I would really like
He
to
shows you exactly how to hold a gun.
So
how
I'm
to,
talking about gun knowledge. So
by the way, by the end,
we
he'll
were
get
stuck
you.
in
He'll
the
get
riots.
you popping.
Okay?
Go ahead. Oh, that's right.
The Santa Monica riots. I had a gun pulled on me there, and the guys across the way I believe, and I'm wrong a lot, but I believe they were Israeli. They're awesome dudes that own a pharmacy there, and they knew the fucking zombies were
How
coming for all
offensive
their
to
pills and
Israelis
shit.
is it that often that we're like, you're Armenian, right? They're like, God damn it, man. I hate those fucking people, bro.
Right. But these guys.
I've called Israelis Armenians and Armenians Israelis as much as I've mixed up. I'm trying to think what I mix up. Hold on.
About like Mexican.
No. I was trying to go foods.
Oh.
I was like, as much as I mess up dragon fruit and yams. I don't fucking know. God damn it.
And
man.
honeydew.
My brain, I love, dude. I'm going through a huge fruit phase right now. I've been eating fruit like fucking crazy. It's always, anywhere you go, they're like, do you want some fruit? And I always like, who wants fruit? Who wants fruit when you get fries? But a good bunch of fruit. I had a meeting. I've had like, all I've had is team meetings. Like, it seems like lately. And every team meeting, we had one today, we had one last night, we had one yesterday. And everyone's been bringing fruit. And I've been fucking fruit up just to the point where it's like, people are like, slow down. Why am I telling you this story? Keep going. Back to your mushrooms.
Well, we were somewhere else and we were going to come back to
The school shooting. These Israelis were eating fruit.
So these Israelis, they were slingshot across the street. Everybody. No, but they, going back to guns.
Oh,
they are in the military when they're young.
Yeah.
So they're not scared of guns. So here's 3 fucking guys out front with ARs and just standing there. They're not pointing it at anyone. They're not menacing. I mean, it's menacing looking, but
It's menacing enough.
They're not threatening anyone, but they're there.
It's like a semi-hard dick in the
their
shower.
Shit. They have a pharmacy, and here comes thousands of people, hundreds or whatever you want to say, up the fucking street.
Yeah.
And they're looting. Already they've looted. There it is. There's that picture.
Send it to Tom.
Look at it. That's a good one.
That does look like me a little bit. Is that him or me?
you.
Oh, that is me.
Yeah,
Oh, then I was like, God damn, he does
you
kind of
on
look like
his
me.
hair.
Like, Jesus Christ, that does look like
But
that
anyway,
is
these
me.
guys are like, bring the kids over. We'll teach them. And we're like, nah, we're not going to bring any of the kids over. But hey,
Teach
you
us
know
some
what?
Krav Maga, bro.
I'm glad you're fucking there. I'm glad you're over there.
Dude,
I don't have a problem with
Well,
it.
I'll tell you what, there's during all that unrest, there was a tad bit of lawlessness in our city. That's the way you'll hear it from me. But there was a time when cops weren't doing anything to anyone. They weren't arresting anyone because it was COVID. And so people were legit fucking coming into this area, breaking into it every other night.
I have options when it comes to guns too. Like you said you have a few, but I also have a pellet gun.
I have one of those.
So I keep that just in case my de-escalate right
Well,
there. Don't make me get this one right here that I'm holding. Like,
I'm someone who I would never pull a gun on someone because I know I probably wouldn't shoot them. I mean, the only way I shoot someone is if there is a direct, like, meaning someone's breaking into my house.
The house, yeah.
So when we were at the old house, people were breaking into this house. And one night I come over and I bring my gun.
Oh, during construction.
During construction, I bring my gun and I fucking run the perimeter of the property. There's a flashlight on my gun. So I'm walking around with my gun, pointing at everything. And I thought, real quick, if I see something, don't just pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Like, and Leanne had already called the cops. Cops show up and I'm like, oh, fuck, I have a gun. Like, I have a gun. And so I tell them, hey, man, I have a firearm. Just giving you a heads up. Let them know. Let 911 know I am at the property with a firearm. And these dudes looked at me like, what the fuck were you going to do? We do this day in and day out and we don't pull our guns out. Like, what the fuck? Were you going to shoot someone? And I was like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? So I started showing up with hatchets and machetes. I was like, what the fuck am I doing with and I got this badass fucking, I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you the name of it. Shout out to Johnny Dare. You know Johnny Dare? Out of Missouri. One of the best DJs out there. Good friend of mine. I haven't talked to him in forever. But every time I'm with him, solid hang. I'm going to tell you the name of this flashlight. He showed it to me. It's so bright, it blinds you. And that is more valuable than anything.
Agree.
Fucking blind this dude.
Yep.
I'm going to show you the name of this flashlight.
I get it. I've got a little one at home.
No, this one is like a million luminiums.
Yeah, well, send me those
luminiums. So
So while you're looking it up, back to
going.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
So Pink Floyd's coming to the Rose Bowl, and I'm like, wow, this is fucking Pink Floyd. This is summer in Southern California. I'm 21 now at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And here comes fucking I've never been to the Rose Bowl. Like, it's just a fucking great night. So my buddy Kevin, myself, we've got tickets, and then a married couple he knows, younger married couple's coming. So it's the
How
four of
old?
us. They're probably in their 20s.
God,
early
man, can you believe
30s.
people did that in their 20s?
Wait, is this it?
No, that's not it.
So,
Keep going.
So we're all smoking weed and drinking, and they have some shrooms, and the three of them take them. I pass,
yeah.
and it's just also hot as fuck. And you've been to the Rose Bowl before. It's college stadium.
Oh, yeah.
You're on top of each other.
And the
100,000 deep.
hallways to get into the belly of the
Everything.
beast are fucking bottlenecks.
So we're in the middle of the show, and it's fantastic. Fucking Pink Floyd, the fucking blow up pigs are over there. They're bouncing on both sides of the stage. It's fucking Rose Bowl, beautiful sunset. Kevin's right here to my right. The married lady's here. Her husband's here. I'm on this end. I look to the left. I'm just taking it all in. I look back, and Kevin's fucking gone. And I hear this, boom. And I look down, and Kevin has passed out. And the problem is his feet fucking catch the bleacher in front of him, right? And the people behind him are scared. They don't intentionally move, but they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So he hits his head hard as shit, and he starts having a fucking seizure, right?
My
He's
God,
bucking
this
in
makes
this
me
thing,
wish
and
I
I'm
hadn't
like,
taken a
oh
hit of
my
weed.
God.
What the fuck is
This is
wrong
the
with you?
shrooms. This is the
Okay,
shrooms.
good.
So I don't know if he's epileptic. I don't know any of that, you know? And I'm just grabbing him, and I pull his feet out, and I'm shaking him, and I just start smacking the fuck out of his face because I don't know what to do. People are like, is he epileptic? I'm like, I don't know.
And people give me
Smack
shit
him.
for moving
Smack
Tom's
him,
arm.
right? Yeah, I love your gentle placement.
Wait, hold
It's
on.
So
Can I
nice.
tell you today?
It's
Today
such
we were,
good bedside.
the other day, someone was like, we did a podcast, and they're like, and you moved Tom's arm. I was like, hold on, it's not me moving Tom's arm wasn't the impetus of this injury.
Yeah.
Him trying to dunk and breaking his arm in half
and
is
snapping
where it
his patella
started.
tendon.
I was like, yeah, in hindsight, it's 2020. Let's just also remember I was in a very traumatic accident with my best friend, and I was trying to do the right thing. It wasn't like I was like, but keep going.
So I'm smacking him, and he comes out of it. I go, are you okay? He's like, what happened? I go, dude, what happened? You just fucking blacked out. Past that, you went into a seizure. He goes, how long was I out? I go, how long do you think? He's still laying, looking up. I go, how
Yeah.
long do you think you were out? He goes, I don't know, like a minute and a half. I go, it's about 10 seconds, dude. He's like, holy shit. So he gets up. I'm like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, my head hurts a little bit, but I'm okay. And the fucking lady who gave them the shrooms has watched this, and she just melts down. She starts throwing up. She's got a $60 concert t-shirt. She's just like, blah. And she's having the worst trip of her life because she feels guilty.
See, this
She's
is why
scared it's about to happen.
This
to
is
her.
why I don't fuck around with mushrooms as an adult. Keep
So
going.
they rally, or the husband rallies himself up, grabs her. They have to fucking go. But Kevin and I just fucking stayed the rest of the time and enjoyed the shit out of Pink Floyd. But it kept me off of shrooms for a minute.
The last
For a
time,
minute.
the last time I did, no, it's not the last time I did Molly. Never mind. I was like, it got given to me on an. I did it unwantedly one time. The last time I did Molly, I lost a friend for a fucking period of time.
Okay, for a period of time.
Yeah,
All right.
no, we're back. But I was trying to mend bridges between him and Leanne, and it's not happening. Like I was like, come on,
It's not working.
it's not gonna work. Do you remember the great stories they would tell about weed when you would get weed? That was part of the selling point of weed, is they'd be like, so this stuff, like when you go, this was from Portland, that there was like
Yeah.
I remember the first time we smoked Northern Lights, and I was like, here,
Give me something. I got to write this down right now.
do you have a piece of paper,
I'm
Halston?
not going to interrupt. Thank you.
I remember there would be selling. By the way, this is the best pen you'll ever writy with, in my opinion.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great pen. They're called Jelly Rolls. JGELLYROLS. Let me see if I can find. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this flashlight. Because it's such a great fucking flashlight, and it's not coming up. It's in my. Wonder if it's just under light. Fuzz flashlight. That's not what I wanted. I don't know.
Go.
Under my past
I like
purchases,
I like to write.
Lumen. How do you spell lumens? Oh, fuck it. It's a really good flashlight. I got hit up Johnny Dare. He'll tell you what it is.
I want to know.
So wait, do you remember this? You'd go to buy weed, and if you had like a legit dealer, he'd have more than one weed on him. I remember what was the one we smoked? It had like a yellow tint to it. It was called it had like a name. But I remember like we got that weed for a while. Like we got odd weeds for a different while, but you go to someone, they'd be like, this was this Maui Wowie. This is fucking
Right.
and they'd pitch you like this was on a cliff. There's this
White
cliff.
Widow and all that.
There's this
shit.
cliff
Yeah.
where the morning mist hits it off the ocean, and the guy had to rappel down because he didn't want to get caught. So there's this cliff and this big fucking hole, and he'd plant it there, and then he would come down and check on it. But the morning mist covers it, and that's why it's called Cali Mist. And you're like, whoa! And then we saw Karate Kid 3. We're like, I think you just took.
Some his cousins out back spraying it with WD-40.
Like, wait. Do the bullies pull up and fuck with his rope?
They were dressed in skeleton suits.
Yeah. But what were you gonna say? You just wrote something down.
So back in the day, before 9/11 changed everything when it came to flying with shit. So before
Well, yeah, a lot of things.
so before 9/11, the way I would get California weed home was I would just put it in like a Ziploc or whatever. And I would tuck it up under my balls, and I would just go through security. And then after security, I'd go in the restroom, I'd take it out, and I'd throw it in my bag. Okay, that was my way of getting my weed through the airport. I called my buddy at the time. He's a bail bonds. His name's Eric Snyder. He was just out here for my name on the wall at the store with his son. It was like he was also at my very first comedy show. So I tell him I'm bringing this weed home, this juicy fruit. It's called, like you said, the name's juicy fruit.
The names are what sells it.
Mm-hmm.
Wedding cake.
Mm-hmm.
Wedding
Fucking
cake.
laughing gas. Yeah.
Blue Dream. This
Yeah.
is my favorite weed in the world. Blue Dream. What's this called?
By the way, my favorite new strain, and I'm saying this not even because I get anything, but that fucking Jerry Garcia's family has a brand new weed that's out right now. It's my new favorite shit.
What is it?
It's just three. It's sativa, hybrid, indica, pre-rolls, fucking flower.
And it's just and they're
It's
pre-rolls
right there, Garcia. It's phenomenal.
Where
It's
do you
got
get it
this
at?
logo. It's at any stores out
See
there.
if
A
it's
lot of them
See
carry
if
it.
it's at what's the deal with flying
I get it.
weed into Hawaii?
You're allowed to fly. Here's the thing. You're allowed to fly weed
Grape Stomper.
out of-
Grape Stomper sounds so good.
Their shit's so good. It's
Lemon
so
Crasher.
good. It's
Green
so good.
Lantern. Asian hate.
I love you. It's good. I'm telling you. But anyway, so I'm flying this weed home
Kush
with me,
lives
right?
matter. What? Keep going.
So this is a wild story. So
You're flying back.
I'm
This is
flying
after
LA to
9/11.
Baltimore before 9/11
See
with
if they
some
have Jerry
juicy
Garcia.
fruit.
See where you can get it close to here because I want to buy some and take it to
You should.
Miami, Hawaii. I shouldn't say that out loud.
You should.
I'm not going to fly with weed to Miami, Hawaii.
Well, you're allowed to out of LAX.
you are right.
Yeah, up to an
And then-
ounce in your carry-on. I
but-
fly at every
And then-
city I
and
go
it's
to.
probably
I mean, no, I don't.
it's probably okay. Is weed legal in Hawaii?
I think so. Or decriminalized. I mean, you're going to get a $100 ticket. Who cares?
I just went on vacation in Europe, and some of the days ended with a nice meal. I'm not a dress shirt guy. You know that about me. I'm not a shirt guy. I'm a t-shirt guy, but in Europe, sometimes you needed to wear a collared shirt, and it was hot as shit. I dread wearing dress shirts all the time, but not anymore. You've got to check out Mizzen and Main, the inventors of performance fabric dress shirts. They combine the comfort and flexibility of your favorite athletic wear with the fit and style of a custom dress shirt. Lightweight, breathable, moisture wicking. Mizzen and Main's clothing have you looking great. Plus, their dress shirts are machine washable, so you can skip those trips to the dry cleaners, saving you time and money. Here's how it started. One hot day, DC, Mizzen and Main's founder saw a guy running up the hill in a sweat-soaked, wrinkled dress shirt and thought, there's got to be a better way. Since then, they've set out to make being comfortable and looking great the new normal. They were the first to use performance fabrics in men's workout, and 10 years after starting, they are still the best. They've gotten famous for their dress shirts, but Mizzen & Main now makes incredibly comfortable flannels, no-tuck shirts, that's more my speed, performance polos, chinos, and so much more. They have over 30,000 reviews, and they've gotten over 30,000 five-star reviews, so you know they're great. I'm telling you right now, if you are, especially this summer, if you are looking for a nice, comfortable dress shirt to be able to wear your full day, and if you have an active day, Mizzen & Main is your shit. I'm telling you, they're amazing, and you do not have to go to the dry cleaner. Mizzen & Main just turned 10, so they've got great deals running on their site all summer long. Right now, if you go to mizzenandmain.com and use the promo code BERTCAST, you'll receive $25 off any regular price order of $130 or more. That is $25 off when you go to mizzenandmain.com and use our promo code BERTCAST. Leanne has a Baroque-ass tattoo on her ankle. It is old as shit. She got it in a tattoo parlor in New York City, and the girls wanted to get it. The girls were like, we should get what mom has. And Leanne's like, no, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty good. The woman's just got such dry skin. It looks like it was done on the side of an elephant. Now, what we decided to do is try this Mad Rabbit. Now, we took the balm and we rubbed it on her tattoo, and all of a sudden, it did look badass. And here's the other thing. The girls were like, we should get that. And then I was like, yeah, but we got to soak your mom in Mad Rabbit every day to keep it looking fresh. And she's been doing that. And by the way, she's now putting it over all her feet, and her whole foot looks good. If you've got a tattoo that you need to bring back to life, I'm telling you, try Mad Rabbit. They are committed to reinventing tattoo aftercare. Founded by two friends with a passion for ink, Mad Rabbit creates simple, effective, natural products that help improve healing process, preserve tattoos, all directly delivered to your door. Their hero product, the Tattoo Balm, that's what Leanne used, replenishes, revitalizes, and proactively preserves tattoo ink. It's effective on both new and old tattoos of all skin types. I'm telling you, natural ingredients. They got 8 ingredients: shea butter, cocoa butter, beeswax, calendula, sweet almond, lavender, frankincense, and cucumber. That's it. So forget the days of ingredients you can't pronounce, other than I had a hard time with calendula. With Mad Rabbit, you know what you're putting on your body, and it is all natural. Plus, they've got the products that you need if you need some tattoo sunscreen to a soothing gel and more. It's 2021. In just 2 years into Mad Rabbit's existence, they have become a carbon neutral company because they believe in leaving the world a better place than when they started it. I'll take a picture. I'll put it up of Leanne's tattoo, and you can decide that. So when you think of tattoo care, you'll think of Mad Rabbit. They preserve over 1.5 million tattoos. And right now, they've got an exclusive offer for Bertcast listeners. If you go to madrabbit.com/Bertcast and use the promo code BERTCAST, you'll receive 25% off. That is 25% off when you head to madrabbit.com/Bertcast and use our promo code BERTCAST.
So I fly back, and my buddy's like, come see me. Let's hang out. But I got to go do this run real quick. And I'm like, all right. Well, now at the time,
Bail Bondsman Snyder.
So at the time, my mom and I are not talking, but I go see my younger brother, and she's got this Dodge Dakota pickup truck there that has for sale signs in the windows. And she's out of town. And I go, look, he goes, the keys are over there. I'm not going to say I know anything. If it's a problem, it's your fucking problem. I'm like, got it. So I take her, now I don't need to rent a car. I got her pickup truck, little black Dodge Dakota. And
I just was at the Higher Path the other day. There's good people. Keep going.
We go downtown Baltimore City. I pick him up first. Now, we're going into an area of Baltimore City that's no lie. It's the wire neighborhoods. And if you're white, they know you're there for 2 reasons. And both reasons they don't like you. One.
Let me guess. Recruiting a basketball player.
No,
okay,
not these neighborhoods.
No. You're super liberal and you're waiting for a march to start?
Maybe. Or you're starting one. You are getting there to get drugs. Okay. Or you're probably a bail bondsman. And the thing about police is they spend their time locking these guys up. You spend your time letting them out. So they're not a fucking fan of you either way in this neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
So he goes, all right, we got to go to this neighborhood, and this guy owes me money. And I'm telling you now, he's a kingpin. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And he goes, this is a true story too. I'm like, oh, all right, well, it's my mother's truck, whatever. So we're in these neighborhoods. Of course, the for sale signs are all at it. So every stoplight in the city, you're stopping every 10 feet. It's like, how much you want for the truck, man? I'm like, it ain't for sale. They're like, yeah, it is. Says you got 9 signs. And I'm like, it ain't.
I'm calling the number now. You're like, no, don't call it. Don't call
It
it.
ain't by me. Don't call this number. Don't call this number. Please don't call the number on this.
I should do that to
Like,
George's
where are
car. Put for sale signs all over it and put Sakura's number on it.
So we finally get to the neighborhood where he is, or where he thinks he'll be. And there he is over there. He's shirtless. Right? You look.
For real?
I'm driving. I see him in my mind's eye. And he goes, there he is. And he yells out, whatever his name is. He's like, hey, D. And he just sees him, and he fucking takes off on foot. And Eric's like, chase him. I'm like, I don't want to fucking chase him. And we start chasing him. And we're chasing him through little one-way streets. Yeah. I mean, neighborhoods we're not fucking supposed to be in.
Yeah.
And then he stops and he runs in this fucking house. And Eric's like, come on. I'm like, I don't want to fucking come on. He's like, you want to stay out here? I was like, I don't want to stay out here. And he's got the gun.
Yeah.
So we go together. We leave my mom's truck right out front. For sale signs everywhere, dude. And we go in this house. And there's this younger black girl sitting right here in a chair, probably like his sister or something. She's watching TV. And I go, hi. And she is not having any of this. She'll not even get a look at us.
Yeah.
We walk by the stairs, and his mom's at the top of the stairs, and she sees white guys. So right away to her, we're police, and she comes running down screaming. But then she recognizes Eric, and Eric is the guy who gets her son out of jail. So she loves Eric. So now sit down at the table. So now we're welcomed in, and we're sitting at this table and shit, and we're waiting for this guy. And he shows up. And he owes my friend like, I don't know, $1,000 or whatever. And Eric's like, look, I need to get that fucking money. And he's like, man, I know I'm trying to get it for you or whatever. And he's like, I'm just trying to get some weed. And Eric's like, my buddy's got weed. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you got weed? I'm like, I don't have any weed. He's like, yes, he does. He flew it in from Cali. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, can I buy some from you? I go, you owe him a lot of money. You want to buy weed from me right now? He's like, let me buy it. I got some boys coming by right now. We'll all have some. And I'm looking at Eric like, I'm scared. Like, what? I'm in a fucking, listen to me.
You went from a passerby.
I'm in Omar's
You
house.
went from a ride along. You went from a ride along to selling drugs.
Yeah, to Omar's fucking house.
Hey, you can push my buddy's
Honestly,
shit
he was
back.
like Avon Barksdale. Okay,
Yeah.
that's where I'm. Stringer. That's whose house I'm in. Stringer Bell. So, of course, I'm fucking. I give him a nug or whatever. He gives me $20, and he smells it. And then he fucking sprints out of the house. He's like, I ain't sharing this with nobody. And he runs. And now we're left alone in there.
Just with his mom.
And his sister, who is fucking hates us. So we get out of there. He's like, I need a ride. I'm like, what do you mean you need a ride? He's like, I need a ride. Eric's like, give him a ride. I'm like, he's not sitting in this car with us. And he goes, then let him sit in the back. Bert. I drove a Kingpin in my mother's pickup, man. All the way across the fucking city to the other side just to drop him off at a buddy's house. And my mom fucking, I'm looking at Eric and I'm like, look in the back right now.
Might be the worst bail bondsman.
He's just saying hello to people through the neighborhood. I'm like, he owed you money and you just let him buy weed from me. I couldn't believe it. I was scared to death he was in that fucking truck. Dude, scared to death.
When I was in high school, we went to Philly. My cousin Abe lived in Philly. And his best friend was this dude named Quate, which I have repurposed that name in my act a million times. Great.
Never heard of that.
Quate. And I was going to name my son, if I had a child, I was going to name him Albert Charles Chrysler IV, a.k.a. Quate. And so I love that name, Quate. It's just such a great name. Yo, what's up, Quate?
That's strong.
I met Quate. And then we were all like 16 years old, and just immediately just fell in love with the guy. He's just very funny dude. Very funny dude. My cousin Abe's best friend. So my buddy Weecho's there. So it's me, Weecho, Abe, and Quate. Quate might have been a little bit younger than us because Abe's younger than me. So we're driving in my mom's white BMW, and we cut off a dude, kind of. And then, and he fucking loses his shit, and he starts chasing us. Now we're flying through Philly, this dude chasing us, who finally catches up to us. And he comes up to my window, and he's like...
He got out of the car?
Got out of the car, gets up to my window, and he's like, do something now, motherfucker. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? You're chasing me. And he goes, yeah, you flicked me off. I said, I didn't flick you off. He goes, bullshit. He flipped me off, and points to my cousin Abe. My cousin Abe's like, I didn't flick you off. And then he points to my buddy Weecho, and he goes, then he did. And Quate goes, you dumb motherfucker. You can't recognize a black finger? I flicked you off. I go, what the fuck are you doing, Quate? And the guy's like, then I'm going to fuck him up. I'm like, we took off. Quate.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Can I tell you this story about
Please.
Cheetahs, where we all did
Cheetahs, the
This Is
strip
Not
club?
Happening?
Oh, yes.
So Eric, the same guy, I'm living
Snyder?
I'm living here in California, and he goes, "Hey, I could use your help." And I go, "What's up?" And he goes, "You know where a bar called Cheetahs is?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been to Cheetahs a million times." He goes, "All right, well, there's a
You're
guy."
like, yeah, I can find it.
yeah, I don't know where it is.
I think I could roughly get there if you give me a...
You mean right where Hollywood and fucking Sunset touch? He goes, this guy skipped bail on me. And there's some legality, he explains to me, that I don't understand the world. But once they're west of the Mississippi, unless it's for something like murder or something really serious and X amount of dollars, you got to go take care of that shit yourself.
Yeah.
You come back, you're fucked.
Noted.
You go west or east of wherever you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know, hey, bail bondsman, good luck.
Yeah.
So he's like, this guy skipped bail on me, and he's working at Cheetahs. And I go, okay. He goes, I want you to go stake him out. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. And he goes, just go.
By the way, this is an open invite to Eric Snyder. If you ever need me to stake out, fuck yeah. Let's stake out some
He's
people.
gonna shit when he hears he
anybody. I
loves
could
you,
definitely
dude.
stake out people.
His kids are all fans. They're going to love it. So this is so true, though, this motherfucker. So he goes, just go. And this is like a while ago. He had to fax me shit. He's like, here's the old photos we have. He could definitely be heavier, skinnier, bearded, whatever.
Ooh, I want this.
So,
I would love this job.
Go
Keep going.
stake out.
I might have found out what Isla's going to do when she grows up.
Right. So, I'm like, all right, he definitely works at Cheetahs, no problem. So another buddy of mine, Jimmy Grindstaff, and we all went to high school together, and he went to college with Eric. I go, hey, Snyder just fucking called me up, and he lives in Temecula. He's out here working for GE. Fun little fact, he had the neonatal NIC units where he works. He saved
Thought
all
you were going to say neo-Nazi. The neo-Nazi neonatal Nazis.
Nazi little baby motherfucker.
There has to be
Preemie
Google
Nazis.
neonatal Nazis. Neonatal Nazis.
Oh shit.
By the way, new shirt coming out. Neonatal Nazis. Am I the first one to think of neonatal Nazis? Wow.
Look at that.
It's
There
crazy
you
when you
go.
have an original thought.
There it is. It's not even on Google.
Not even on Google. Neonatal.
He was in charge of all the Octomom's premature babies, and he saved every one of those babies' lives.
This is the same dude you went to high school with?
No, this is the guy. He went to high school with me also, but he's now, I call him up, I'm like, you come do this. We're going to a titty bar / stakeout.
Yeah, by the way, I could totally do that tonight.
Come with me.
Yeah.
And he's like, got it. I'll meet you there. Well, he comes dressed in his khakis and his work shirt and shit. I'm in my dad's Pan Am work shirt. We don't look good. You know what I mean? We look like we're there for some other reason, but we really are
We have
genuinely
fake
best
mustaches
friends.
on.
And this is what we would look like even if we weren't. So we go in and like we sit outside for a while and we're looking at the picture and we'll smoke a joint or whatever. We go in. So we're in there and we're, watching some girls and having some drinks or whatever. And here he comes. He comes out of this room and we see who we think definitely looks different than the photo, but similar enough. Then he goes in this other room and we're like, oh, fuck. But he comes back out and locks eyes with us and then goes back in that room again. And we don't see this motherfucker ever again. So I'm like, it's been an hour. I go, come on, let's go outside. I'll bet you there's a fucking back door that he just ducked out of.
Yeah.
And he did. Okay, so we call my buddy
I
Eric.
could totally get involved in these hijinks.
I'm like, yo, we saw him and he ducked out this back room. And he's like, okay. He goes, here's what I need you to do. I'm going to deputize you.
oh my God.
Sends all this paperwork and shit to FedEx. Okay.
This is stuff
FedEx
I-
Kinko's.
this is stuff
when that
I have
was a
dreams
thing, okay?
I would love to be deputized.
So this is you should do this for your show. So he fucking, he sends all this paperwork. He goes, all right, now I need you to go back and I need you to basically make a citizen's arrest. Or actually, you're deputized. You can arrest him legally and then put him in your car and drive him to Denver. I go, are you fucking out of your mind? What are you talking about?
I love the expectations
Right,
that
he
Eric
goes,
Snyder
what?
has for you.
He goes, what?
He's like, no, it's a big deal, man.
He goes,
I
I'll
need you to
pay
drive
you
to Denver.
$7,000. I go, Eric, let me tell you right now, if I'm the guy that you guys pick up and you're putting me in the back of your car, I'm kicking all your motherfucking windows out. I'm pissing and shitting all
You gotta
back
hog
there.
tie this dude.
I'll rip this fucking car apart. Every
Yeah.
time you fucking stop, I'm making a getaway. Whatever the fuck you do, I'm gonna have to take a hostage. And I'm not doing that. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking sure. Yeah. So nothing comes of it. Now, fast forward, I don't know how many years. I know you and I did it. This is not happening. Same night. I think
Yeah.
it aired differently, whatever. That same fucking weekend, because it was Stanhope was there too. I'm inside and I say, I'm talking to, I think, Eric Abrams, and I go, I'm standing right in this hallway.
God.
And there's a guy in this office on a phone, old school phone. Okay. And I go, man, I haven't been here since my buddy sent me on this stakeout to find this guy that jumped bail on him in Baltimore. And this dude in the fucking booth looks over at me and goes, hold on, hangs the phone up and goes, what'd you just say? And I said, I haven't been here since my buddy sent me out here on a stakeout. He goes, what was the guy's name? And I was like, I don't remember. And then he gets back on the phone and picks it up and goes, listen to this. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I did my goddamn, this is not happening. And got the fuck out of there,
Shut
dude.
the fuck
Yeah,
up.
yeah. I wonder if that wasn't him. I wonder if it wasn't him.
Oh, and you
Or-
have no idea what that guy looked like. It's been so
it had
long.
been
Yeah.
so fucking long.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I see. I need to get into more.
Stakeout, that was fun. It was fun, but it was also like, it was that danger, like, but it was fun. Also, it's in a titty bar. We're not at a goddamn
I never even
PTA
stalked
meeting.
anybody. I never even like when I got broken up with, I always felt like one time me and this chick were dating and things were weird. They were off, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to fly down to or wherever she lives. And I'm going to surprise her. My buddy Eddie picks me up at the airport and drives me over to her house. And she was getting ready to go on a date.
Oh.
And she claimed I was psycho. And I was like, I'm your boyfriend. I was like, I thought you'd be excited. And so I went to my buddy Eddie's house. But I had such a weird thing is that if I got dumped, I was so embarrassed. Or if I got cheated on, I was so embarrassed that I would allow, if you wanted to talk to me, I would allow it, but I wasn't the guy to try to reach out to you. So I was like humiliated.
Mhm.
I only got cheated on, really. I think I either cheated on people or they cheated on me.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably be humbling to go back and find out the truth about all of our all of our past relationships. It would be really humbling about hearing what people say about you or how they really feel about you.
I had a girlfriend in college that cheated on me with my best friend.
Oof.
And yeah, it was a tough pill to swallow. I'm still cool with him. I haven't really spoken to her.
She didn't have any problem.
She
Swallowing both those pills.
She did not. She did not.
She did not have a problem.
But I remember I got a new girlfriend, and then like I was dating her, and in the middle of dating my new girlfriend, dudes would come up to me and be like, "Just so you know, man, I fucked her too," and I would be like,
What?
and it would start it all over again. Like I would go from like it was brand new. It was like almost like getting punched all over again. And I was like, motherfucker, like I couldn't get a break. I was like, just don't tell me. I'd rather not know.
Well,
There was a dude who dated a chick. Yeah, of course. Smoke all of them, Ryan. There was a dude who dated a chick and the chick definitely cheated on him, and everyone knew she was cheating on him. And I remember feeling bad for the dude. And then that happened to me. And I was like, fuck, have everyone been feeling bad for me? But I remember one time I saw her at Mardi Gras. I ran into her and she was covered in beads. And my buddies were like, how do you think she got those? I was like, she probably just because she's a chick. Yeah. They're like, nah, bro.
At the airport. Nah. No, she went to Joanne Fabrics before she came here.
Yeah, she's
well, I'm
she
a
made them
twin.
herself.
So what I didn't realize until later in life is that twins, we're fraternal twins. I like to say we had identical twin beds, but we are fraternal twins. And I didn't realize, like my brother and I, there's a few girls that fucked both of us.
Really?
But I didn't know about it till later. And then you have to think about it like, oh, are we a bucket list thing?
The
Like
closest-
I fucked brothers and they're twins, but they're not identical twins.
Yeah.
They're like two different people.
Closest I had sex. Well, I had sex with both twins, but they were conjoined, so that doesn't count.
Two holes, though, right?
The second you said that, I just started trying to write a joke. I used to have a joke on stage where I go, twins are always good looking, unless of course they're conjoined, but in which case one's definitely hot. But do they still have conjoined twins? Have you seen that? Do you saw the article?
Still have them. I'm sure they whoever
So it seems
has
kind of
them.
old school, right? Did you see the article? Also, I sent you an article about two twins married two twins, had children, and their children are identical.
Okay, hold on. Two identical twins, two identical brothers married two identical sisters.
Yes.
They both couples
had a
have
baby.
children,
They both had a baby.
and then those kids are twins, identical twins as well.
Take a look at this picture.
That's fucking.
It's going to blow
wild.
you away.
Whoa.
Twins who married twins share how their sons are genetically brothers as well as cousins.
We're going to find out this is a hoax and that's that split screen. This is the left side of my face. This is the right side of my face.
By the way, they don't even look that identical. Like you'd think if you're going to tell, I mean, they're identical, you can tell, but like. Kids are 3 months apart.
Wow.
But they're genetically
We're not
brothers.
genetic. My mother took fertility pills, bro. We're just side effect. I'm not even supposed to be
I mean,
here.
it's
That's what I'm
there's
saying,
gotta
man.
be
I'm on
one-
house money, bro. I'm the second one.
What do you mean?
I believe. Here's what's interesting too, because when you come to the case of abortion and they argue about when the child is a life or whatever, think about this. I believe I'm my own zygote. Okay, fraternal twins were separate eggs. I'm my own zygote. I believe I was formed first, which technically makes me older, and then my brother was formed later, and then I fucking boom knocked his ass out first. Okay.
Yeah.
And now what do they say? They say he's older.
That doesn't make sense.
Why is he older?
Yeah.
Because you decide that birth begins when it comes out of the vagina.
Ooh,
When
now
it
we're getting
comes-
into abortion.
That's what I'm saying. So when it comes to twins, you're telling me he's older, but maybe if you really did a biological study, you might find out that I'm older. He just was delivered first. He was a breech baby.
I wonder.
So I technically believe I was older, and I've only had 4 minutes of fucking peace and goddamn quiet my whole fucking life. And that 4 fucking minutes has been something I think about all the time. And I think about, well, wait, you say he's older, but you base that off of when he came out of my mother's body.
Who was created first?
Right.
I wonder
I
how
believe
many.
me.
Wonder how many people go in to have an abortion, find out they're having twins, and don't do it. Because like twins are a different thing. Like
They
a
are
baby, yeah, definitely abort it. But if you have two in there, if I'm just saying, you know,
Other people might
Yeah.
go the other way.
yeah. But like,
how many are in there? Get them all.
well, I guess, yeah, I guess if there's, wait, you have 7. I wonder how many times they went in to go to an abortion. They're like, there's just, there's 3 in there. I wonder how many unwanted pregnancies are twins. Can you Google that?
That's interesting.
That would it would be interesting because if you're
Probably
having
all of them.
triplets,
I don't know anybody that sets out to want twins. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I wanted twins. I wanted
You did?
twins so bad. Oh,
You know what's
fuck yeah.
funny? I'm a twin, and as a twin, it's not so because we didn't do it. My mother dressed us like that when we were little kids and shit. But
For real?
I got some of the worst pictures of wearing the same outfits. But when the doctor said I only hear one heartbeat when she was doing an ultrasound on my daughter's mother, I was like, oh my god! My knees buckled for a second. I'm like, oh my god, there could have been more than one. How did I not fucking
Yeah.
think of that as a twin? How did I not?
Oh,
think
you
of that
didn't
shit?
even think about having twins.
Didn't even consider.
I would
the fucking
love to have
thing.
had twins. Twin syndrome. Vanishing twin syndrome. That means twins are going away, mostly probably because I bet I know some twins that are twins because of fertility trials.
Yeah, a lot. And
But you got to be a twin to have a twin, right?
that's a good question. I don't know.
All the twins
I don't know
knew-
if twin runs in my bloodline. I think it's every other generation. So if my daughter has twins, I'll believe it.
who
And
are,
us.
who are the most famous twins? You got the Property Brothers,
Olsons.
the Olsons.
I mean, it's in their title, the Olsen twins.
Are they the most famous twins? Well, the Minnesota twins.
That's
They're pretty
really
big,
good.
yeah.
One. That was a good one. But I think the Olsen twins might be
The Olsen twins
globally more popular.
are the most. I bet they're the most successful twins. 16 most famous sets of twins. Go to 16 most famous sets of twins. I would have loved to have been a twin. I always say that, and I don't realize how offensive that is. Who are those? The Bella twins? I've never heard of them ever in my life. Next ones.
If
the
you
pro
were a
wrestlers?
twin, would you go to those twin conventions?
Oh, I'd be so deep in dirt
Would you
as a
twin
twin.
It? Would you twin it up?
Dylan and Cole Sprouse? I don't know who they are.
Me either.
The Secret Life
Okay.
of Zach and Cody.
Keep
Disney
going.
Channel
Don't know who they
stars.
are. These are not famous twins, in my opinion. Who are they? Okay,
Another
keep going.
Disney
keep
Channel
going.
twin.
If you don't know them, I don't know them. There we go. I bet I know these.
Good Charlotte.
Benji and Joel Madden are twins
Yeah,
from Good Charlotte.
yeah.
How
They're
cool
from
is that?
Maryland.
Do you think they have the same tattoos?
Get the fuck out. No, I
Jenna
think the
Bush is a
tattoos
twin.
were-
Wait, Tiki
Oh yeah,
and
the
Barbers are
Tiki and
twins.
Rhonda, yeah.
Are you serious?
Mhm. Well, look, there they are. She's not a twin.
Beyonce.
Beyonce has.
Oh,
twins.
she has twins.
She has twins. Blue and Ivy are twins.
I don't know.
I don't
For
think
those
it's.
Harry Potter brothers. Next,
Those are the Weasley twins.
Hack.
I don't
No. Dobre. No. Oh, Giovanni Ribisi has a twin sister. Giovanni Ribisi is such a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I'll write off all of the Scientology shit because he's that good of an actor, and I bet he's a cool hang. Oh, the Lucas brothers are
The
twins.
Sklars.
Scolars are twins. They better be on this fucking list. Did you know that Ashton Kutcher is a genius?
No, you mean like genius level testing?
He's a genius.
I believe it.
I
I believe
I
it.
don't like I
You don't believe it?
well no I mean I do believe it, but it wasn't something I foresaw. Like, but because I met him, he seemed like a very regular dude when I met him. Like you drinking a Heineken, 10 in the morning, drinking a Heineken, talking about building a deck, not talking like he hated valet parkings. He's got an IQ of 160,
Wow.
same as Stephen Hawking. Before
He's a
dropping out, becoming a
phenomenal
model.
businessman.
What the fuck?
Phenomenal
Ashton
businessman.
Kutcher might have it all.
Mm-hmm.
He's a genius. His chick is a bad motherfucker.
Mila.
Mila Jovovich is like the ideal of
Kunis.
everyone.
Kunis.
Whatever.
Kunis.
Same.
Did you
It's
hear that he went
opposite.
blind and deaf temporarily?
Yeah. I heard he had schizophrenia at the same time. Blind, deaf, schizophrenic.
Couldn't hear none of it.
Yeah, couldn't hear any of it. Ashton Kutcher has an IQ of 160. Wonder what my IQ is. Is there a quick IQ test? I'm obsessed with IQ. What? Ashton Kutcher's a twin.
Is he?
Yeah. Type
No,
in
he's
if
not.
Ashton Kutcher's a twin.
I don't think he is.
I'm almost certain he's a twin.
It comes up when you
Ashton Kutcher has a twin brother.
surprising has a fraternal
Fraternal
twin brother.
twin brother,
Michael, look
son
at
of a
you,
bitch.
Bert
This
Kreischer.
is the fucking.
Look
Oh, I
at
know.
you,
I know
Bert
an
Kreischer.
alarming amount about Ashton Kutcher. I can't believe he's a.
What's
By
his
the
middle
way,
name?
Brendan. The
that shit's right, dude. I'm gonna fucking
no,
get
I don't know his name. It's Moocher Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher. He is gorgeous. He's talented. He's a genius, and he is rich as fuck. He's got it all. But I bet he doesn't I bet he doesn't smoke pot. I bet he doesn't even drink anymore. I bet he just wakes up and goes to work. Isn't that crazy that happens? That some dudes just grow up and go to work and they don't party anymore. They just
when
go
did
like,
you first job? When did you start working? How old were you?
what's his net worth?
200 mil.
How did he do that?
He has crazy investments. He owns like the Acorn.
Oh yeah,
App and
Acorn,
everything.
yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
But also, at some point, you can stop.
No, not a guy like that.
Yeah,
I
not
think
like-
he's
but I'm
different.
saying
You know what's so
can.
funny is that when you knew who he was, you didn't know who he was. Like when he was famous, no one knew no one knew who he was. He was this guy who created a character of "Dude, where's my car?" Where you're like,
70s
look at this
show.
good-looking moron. He played a moron in everything he did, but he was in fact a fucking genius who was plotting and listening. And you go, wow. And then I guarantee you, he wakes up inspired by ideas. I bet he doesn't even act. I don't think he acts anymore. I don't think he does anything other than invest money and just hang out with one of the coolest chicks in town. And they have kids.
Yeah, and
She's hardcore Russian.
that's
You ever
the
see her
goal.
stand up for Justin Bieber in a
Justin Timberlake.
Was
when
it Timberlake?
Yeah, and she ripped him in Russian.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking hot.
I love any chick that speaks Russian. Can you believe that she's from the Ukraine?
Yeah, but she
think.
still spoke Russian.
Yeah, because that's where they forced them to learn it. Didn't have a lot
I'm
of
sure they
options.
love you over there.
Oh, I remember being in where was I, in Prague or Serbia or somewhere where they had to learn Russian, and I spoke Russian to people, and it was almost like going, "I am your colonizer. Listen to me speak." And by the way, I don't speak anything that good of Russian. It's summertime. The days are hot. The grill is going. It's the perfect time for enjoying wine with friends, family. But did you know the summer heat and sunlight can spoil your wine and your good times? If not properly stored, now's the time to get those bottles out of the boxes or off the countertops and protect them with a wine fridge from Wine Enthusiast. Wine Enthusiast designs and offers the largest selection of wine coolers for every drinker, every budget, every size, from 6 bottles to 600 bottles. Plus, expert wine storage consultants are available by phone to help you find the right fit for all your needs. Wine Enthusiast is the premier destination for the wine lifestyle, offering an incredible selection of unique wine accessories, glassware, furniture, wine storage, gifts, and more. Visit wineenthusiast.com or text the code BERT to 511-511. And from now until Labor Day, don't miss Wine Enthusiast Labor Day sale. Save up to 50% off on select wine cellars and furniture now through Labor Day. Text BERT, that's Bert, to 511-511 today to see it for yourself. Text Bert to 511-511 today. Certain exclusions may apply. You may receive up to one additional text message, and data rates may apply. Text STOP to opt out. Do you speak any other languages?
No.
How much do you think you speak English, considering you're from Baltimore?
How much do I
Yeah,
wait?
like how good at English are you,
Oh,
considering
God,
you're from
not-
Baltimore? Do you think someone?
I mean, we fuck up words. It's funny. You swallow your L. So if you're gonna say
Baltimore.
Billy's going to college, and I have relatives that'll say, Billy's going to college, and you're like, what? Okay,
Oh, wow.
Lando
Lando
Calrissian. Okay, the actor that plays him.
Billy
His
D.
name
Williams.
is Billy D. Williams.
Yeah.
But in Baltimore, it's Billy D. Weems.
What?
Okay, it's
Yeah.
Weems. Weems. But if you hear it, you're like, it's Billy D. Weems over there.
Over there.
Colt 45 right now. That's him. Look at him.
What did I love the phrase Delco boys. It's like those Delco
It's
boys.
like those Delco boys.
Those Delco boys. I love that. That accent when I was a kid was sexy because all my family grew up in Philly,
Oh yeah,
Jersey,
it's
Baltimore.
that Mid-Atlantic fucking.
That Mid-Atlantic accent I thought was so cool. And then I remember being in college and meeting girls from Philly, and they're like,
Phil.
"Yos, use want a Coke or whatever."
Coke.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Ugh, like what the fuck?" I remember there was a girl that
whole family.
it's so crazy. It's like
want a Coke. You kids want a Coke.
use kids. That's my whole family that sounds like that. My whole fucking family. And then I remember going to
Stavros. Whenever he does, it's
Stavros.
whenever he does it, I'm like, this is my fucking
Is
uncle.
Nick
talking.
Mullen from Baltimore too?
I don't know.
You type in where Nick Mullen is,
know.
because he's got a little bit of one of those Delco accents. Like I didn't understand what Delco was. Is New York, yeah, New York-ish. I didn't. I was born without an accent because I grew up in Florida, so I have no accent.
But listen, here's the thing. When I moved here, I didn't think I didn't know I had an accent.
Oh my god!
And when I got here, people were like, phone, Sepulveda, home. And I was like, oh my God. And then it happened so much that it was just statistically undeniable.
Yeah.
Statistically undeniable.
What do you think the coolest accent in the United States is?
It's a good one.
Because like there's the Southern accent has like 4 different accents.
It does.
You've got the North Carolina,
Yeah.
which kind of sounds like if you're an older fat man, I'll take another mint julep, please.
Yeah, a little nose.
It sounds a little bit like you're gay. Like I'll have a reach around and a mint julep, please. I'll suck the tip of my penis if you could. And then you got my wife's redneck family accent, where it's like, hey boy,
Foghorn Leghorn over.
and then you're just like, oh, hey, I don't want to do Diet Cokes. I don't want to do Diet Cokes. If I ain't gonna eat Diet Coke, if I ain't don't eat Diet Coke, you ain't gonna find me to eat Diet Coke. Well, you know, that's how my wife's family talks. I learned everything I need to learn about. This is a great impression of my wife's dad. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This is I learned everything I need to learn about Diet Coke. Oh, fishing with Captain Dave. I spilled Diet Coke on the bottom of a boat, and them ass ain't eating them Diet Coke. And if it ain't eating Diet Coke, I ain't eating Diet Coke either. That's all I need to know right there. I'll tell you. Say what? Say who? Say what? Said. How you do? How you do? That is a great impression of my wife's dad.
That is great.
And that's a real story. I don't eat everything. I don't know what the boys are there. And then Leanne's accent. I can't believe I just nailed my father-in-law's accent. I don't walk to this girl's school. I'm telling you right now, I'm walking like an old school down to the school. Like, what'd you say, Jimmy?
I couldn't date a girl talk like that.
That's
though.
with
Could you
Leanne. When I
imagine?
met her, I did everything. I love her. I love her accent. But when you get around her in Alabama or in Georgia, it gets, hey, Meemaw.
Meemaw, yeah. I knew some people who had meemaws and Paw.
Hey, Meemaw. Granny Paw. Granny Paw, Meemaw. Paw, Meemaw.
Paw. Where's Meemaw?
Yeah.
What? Who the fuck are y'all talking
You want some
about?
dressing? You want some dressing? And I'd be like, what's dressing? Just dressing. Come on, get you some dressing. And then I'd eat a bowl of dressing. This is good. What is it? That's Ritz crackers. It's crushed up with the egg in them. And we'll get some Ritz dressing. I was like, this is Ritz crackers.
This is a good one.
Dressing. Type in dressing. I remember that's the majority of their meal is dressing.
The majority.
The majority of their meal is dressing. And you're going like,
Wait, I've never in my life heard of this shit.
dressing. No, it's not even. Hold on. Where the fuck? I have family photos in 15 minutes. Hold on. Where's Leanne?
Oh shit.
Type in dressing. Southern
What is
food.
dressing in food? That one.
Southern food dressing. Dressing recipe.
There's a recipe.
There you go. That's dressing. Homemade Southern. That's cornbread dressing. Southern style dressing. Give me what is it? It's stuffing. It's basically stuffing, but they call it dressing. And the term dressing is most commonly used in hang on 1 second. It's Leanne. Hey,
Yeah.
are you here?
No, I am on my way to pick up Isla from the bus.
Okay. So I'm trying to explain to Sickler about dressing.
About dressing?
Yeah. What would your granny put in her dressing?
It was made from biscuits and cornbread. She would boil a whole chicken and use the chicken broth and the chicken. It had onions, and black pepper, a little bit of salt.
Rednecks love
I think
black
that's
pepper.
it. Now, my other grandmother, that was my favorite dressing. My other grandmother made it with like saltine crackers and Ritz crackers.
That's the
all
one you
kinds
got
of
to
really
meet. You
redneck
didn't get to
shit.
meet the good
Some really redneck shit. Now you're gonna need 2 Slim Jims.
Yeah, exactly. That was my mom's mom. My dad's mom made it like legit from scratch. My
Yeah,
mom's
yeah.
mom was like saltines or Ritz crackers. And
Was
a
that your
can of
meemaw?
chicken soup.
Was that Mima or Mama?
It's Mama. Granny made it legit. My mom made it.
Mama.
Mama would fucking
Okay. All right.
shortcuts.
Yeah.
All right. I love you. I'll see you. I'll see you at home. All right. Bye. So can I tell you the best one? So Leanne grew up in a holler. Okay. You know what a holler is? Dolly Parton. Type in. Hold on. Don't type anything in. So Dolly Parton grew up in a holler. And Leanne grew up in a holler. It's the foothills of Appalachia.
Okay.
Dolly Parton most famously is a girl from the holler. I'm in Tennessee, in Pigeon Forge, where Dolly Parton grew up.
I know that.
And I
okay.
said, you know, I would love to see the holler that Dolly Parton grew up in. And my cousin Andrew goes, what did you just say? I said, the holler. And he goes, the fuck's a holler? I said, it's an area where people grow up. And he goes, you mean a hollow? I went, no, a holler. And he goes, no, it's a hollow, just like Sleepy Hollow, except they're rednecks, so they call it a holler instead of a hollow. Type in Dolly Parton holler. And I've been calling Leanne's neighborhood hometown a holler.
She's been saying it like that too.
I live in the holler. Tennessee Mountain Home. Look inside Dolly Parton's home. And childhood home. Do you see it? She grew up in, and it's just like
I love
the Headless Horseman was in Sleepy Holler, but it was Sleepy Hollow. They say they pronounce their O's. So hometown girl.
Okay, here's more Baltimore trash. Chest. I didn't know it was a chest of drawers.
Oh, don't get me started on shit I
Chester
don't
drawers. I thought it was a Chester drawers for
know. I thought it
years.
was Chester drawers. What is it?
It's a chest of drawers. Think about it. It's a chest that has drawers in it.
Can I tell you what I said
It's
to
a
Tom?
chest of drawers, but everybody in my house called it a Chester drawers.
Isla said to me the other day, did you know they're not saying hey Hitler, they're saying Heil Hitler? And I was like, yeah. She's like, I thought it was like, hey Hitler.
Hey.
And then Andrew Schultz, Andrew Santino was like, well, they technically were saying hey Hitler. That's what Heil was. They're like, Heil Hitler. So hold on. Did you know, have you ever heard the phrase, the moon is made of cream cheese?
Yeah.
Did you know it's not cream cheese? It's green cheese. The moon is made of green cheese. I thought it was cream cheese this whole time. Dude, don't get me started on this shit I don't know.
How about this one? When you walk into a home, foyer or foyer?
Foyer.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
we call it, a
Yeah.
foyer.
Yeah.
Sherbet. Did you ever have orange sherbet?
Yeah.
Not sherbet.
Sorbet,
Or
sorbet.
sorbet.
Hold on. Sorbet is sherbet? No, hold on.
No.
Hold on.
It's different. but
Okay.
it's-
Oh my
but it's
God.
not-
I was like, what the fuck?
It's sorbet, and I believe it's sherbet also. There's a difference.
Type in
I don't think
sorbet
it's the
versus sherbet.
I don't think it's correct to
Oh my
say
God.
sherbet. I don't
Is-
think it is. Well, see, it's sherbet.
Type in what's main difference. Sherbet contains dairy while sorbet has no dairy.
Okay, but it's not sherbet. It's sherbet.
No.
So we're rednecks. I'm saying we're trash,
Yeah.
and we call it sherbet. So one time I'm saying it one day, and this guy goes, "I'm sorry, man. What are you saying?" I go, "Sherbet, ice cream sherbet." He goes, "You mean sherbet?" And I go, "Nah." And he goes, "Yeah, like sorbet and sherbet." I go,
Yeah.
Nah. There's
Wait.
wait. Is there a difference between sherbet and sherbet? Looks so.
How does it say it?
Sherbet.
Sherbet.
Not
Sherbet.
sherbet.
Sherbet. Can I
Sherbet.
get some
There,
sherbet?
just look at it's Google right there. Is it pronounced sherbet or sherbet?
Sherbet.
Or
Sherbet.
or
It's sherbet. This
Sherbet.
is something you do when you get high, just going sherbet, sherbet.
Okay.
Did you know it was eavesdrop and not eavesdrop, as in ease on into
I
the
did know it's
conversation?
Eve.
It's
I did
a
know that one.
jukebox.
Yeah.
There's a oh my God. You're bullshit. This is impossible that you're calling me right now. How did you know I was just talking about you? I swear to God. Look who it is.
Whoa.
That's fucking insane that you're calling me right now. I swear to God, Johnny, I was just talking about you
And the
legit
flashlight.
2 seconds ago. How come you're calling?
This is Jake. Johnny asked me yesterday. He's like, we haven't talked to Bert in fucking forever.
Oh, it's Jake. I saw Jake, Johnny Dare. Jake, I swear to God, I was just talking about Johnny. I swear to God, I was just talking about Johnny.
Can we do a call tomorrow, like 6:45 your time?
I don't-
Are you West Coast?
I'm West Coast. You know what? I'm going to Hawaii. Let me call you back. I'm in the middle of a podcast.
Okay.
I swear, how crazy is it? I swear to God, I just was talking about Johnny on this podcast, and you call.
Let me know. Call me back and let me know, because if I could squeeze 10 minutes out of you tomorrow morning, it would save my ass, because he is up my ass to get you.
Okay. Well, yeah, but I know, but I'll try. I'll call you back. Okay.
Okay, call me back.
All right. Bye. How fucking bizarre is
wild.
that? That's not real.
See-
How crazy is it that
That's what makes me believe more and more in
God?
no.
I've had the craziest things when I was a kid. One time, my dad had to work on a Saturday, and I swear to God, I drew a bag with a pair of boxing gloves hanging over the side, like as a picture.
Mhm.
And my dad brought home boxing gloves that day. And I was like, shut up. My
What
dad's
if
like,
that's the secret to all of this and we just don't do it?
drawing?
Or whatever it is.
Or like just like
saying it out loud.
well, I mean, for the amount of times, and I know this is my phone. Like if I go like liver problems, my phone, I know that hears that
Right.
because then all the ads are like, "Do you have liver failure?"
Right.
And it's like, and it's a dude going like, "Oh," like a picture of that, and then it's crazy that I think our phones do hear us, and then it must. I mean,
They definitely hear us.
it's impossible that they don't. And by the way, I got to be honest with you, I'm kind of cool with it. Like I'm kind of
Well,
cool with my
yeah.
phone eavesdropping, and
What are you going to do about it?
yeah, I kind of like it. Like it really kind of cuts. Adam Sandler. I'm just trying to move things forward in my career.
That's what I'm saying.
The
What if it's just
Rock.
that?
The Rock.
It's just that.
How crazy.
Oh, shit.
Joe Rogan. That one's coming up right now. Joe thinks he's got better arm development than I do. Isn't that crazy? Who had Zuckerberg?
Really?
Who's Zuckerberg? Mark? Yeah. Oh, the guy from Facebook?
He went on Rogan? Wow.
I thought you were talking about the guy from Cocoon.
That's Gutenberg. That's Mahoney from Police Academy.
I was like, who gives a fuck about it? By the way, I follow him on Instagram. He swims every day.
Does he?
He's in great shape.
He's also
he
in a
seems
classic
so
Baltimore film, Diner, Barry Levinson. Fucking
Dude,
amazing movie.
He is
Steve Gutenberg, bro.
phenomenal.
Does he still look good for his age and everything?
He looks
Swims
great.
the
Google
answer,
him,
huh?
Gutenberg. He had Mark
There you go.
Zuckerberg on
Wow.
today.
Wow.
Why would
Wow.
Mark Zuckerberg do that?
Wow.
Did he get him to smoke weed? Mark Zuckerberg's really into surfing. I think we've trashed him on this podcast. He'll never be on this podcast. We're just hoping to get Jack Osborne.
Remember Kamala just destroyed him?
I'd much rather have Kamala's destroyed Rogan?
Kamala Alexander destroyed Zuckerberg on this podcast because he
Oh, I
bought
thought
up,
you
like,
said Kamala Harris. I was like, Kamala Harris is on my podcast? How fucking tone deaf am I? Yeah, he didn't like Zuckerberg at all. But Zuckerberg does do. It's like if you're a billionaire, though, I guess you just are tone deaf to the world.
How could you not be?
How
could you not be?
I'm tone deaf, and I'm not even close to a billionaire.
That's what I'm saying. These presidents and shit. When's the last time they went through a grocery line?
I
When's
tell
the
you
last
what,
time they used
I'm not
a
even.
coupon?
I'm not even rich. Like I have money.
I'm couponing.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you what milk costs. What does milk cost? $4.35.
Well, I don't know what you get. I'm a
I get
single
vitamin
parent,
D,
so I get enough
vitamin
for
D.
2, but I don't get the gallon.
I get a gallon vitamin
pay
D.
like $1.29.
No, $4.35.
Yeah, but that's a
I'm
gallon.
guessing. I'm
You're
guessing.
saying a gallon. I'm saying
Type in what does a
Son,
gallon of
I know
vitamin
what
D
I
milk
get.
cost?
$4.40 a gallon.
Oh my! Are you being fucking serious?
Right there.
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious right now? It says $4.35 per gallon for fucking 2%. It's almost like the world. Is this because we're smoking pot? But it's like the world has conspired to
Whatever it is,
show
it's-
us that,
we're
that
right.
there's something stronger than us.
There is.
This
There's
is fucking
no
crazy.
doubt Something stronger.
You're on a good vibration right
Mark
now.
Zuckerberg. He had Mark Zuckerberg
shit.
on.
Yeah.
What are they? What are they? I don't know.
I'll
That's
take
something
Mark
I'll listen
Zuckerberg.
to.
I'll say too.
I'll take Mark Zuckerberg.
Joan Jett. I want Joan Jett on my podcast.
Um,
I just love Joan Jett.
who are your big ones you'd like to have?
I would like to have Rogan on because I would love to hear his lowest. You know, at a guy at a level like that, Howard Stern would be great.
He doesn't see low. I mean, I'm sure he
did.
I'm sure he would.
Steven Tyler would be interesting.
No interest.
Rogan had Steven Tyler on. Did you hear that one?
Yeah.
But I don't not no interest. I don't mean it like that. But like, it's just I think I'm better with comics for sure. I'm better with someone I can hang with.
I'll tell you who I would have loved to have had that I think would have been up our alley, but he passed, was Art Donovan. Do you remember Artie Donovan? He would come on Letterman all the time. He was an old Baltimore Colt, but he was a storyteller that was just one of those
know Art
fucking
Donovan.
guys, flat top.
I do know Art Donovan.
And there he is. And he would sit he would drink
I
a case
do
of
know
beer. This
Art
is your guy.
Donovan.
He would drink a case
play
of
that
beer
Art
a
Donovan
day.
interview. Can you play that Art Donovan interview from YouTube?
Just to drink it. He came and spoke at our varsity club meeting.
No.
Yeah, well, we had it at his country club. And he came and spoke.
Art
And
Donovan,
cussing left and
Letterman.
right, loved him. He was fucking awesome. He would have been great to have on.
Art
He used to
Donovan
sit in
was
this
fucking
old local
awesome.
bar
That
before
one,
the Ravens
1989.
games.
Art, how are you?
Fine, good, David.
Where'd you play college ball?
Boston College.
Did you graduate?
It took me a little time.
But you did get a degree?
Yeah, well, myself and another guy, we flunked Spanish, and they sent down a guy to tutor us. He tutored us for 6 weeks. He gave us an exam, and he flunked us again.
No.
I said, what the hell are you doing flunking us? You just tutored us.
Yeah.
He said, don't say anything. I'm going to tutor you again. I need the money.
Oh,
So we passed.
so now you speak fluent Spanish.
Oh, yeah, when I take my bridge out.
See, here's what. Okay, I'll tell you why what I love about this is the thing about you're not. I've tried to say this the other day on Two Bears. I don't think it came out right, but like everyone's so hyper aware of brand and representation of like how they're being represented or how they're coming off that ultimately to find authenticity is so difficult. Like my authentic. Here's the thing, and I don't know. I did not say this right on Two Bears. I'm certain of it, but like the authentic people I see are ultimately still represented on podcasts or on Instagram. Like, so there is a presentation to it.
He's a Joey Diaz type guy.
But even like Joey when we first met him, was so unfiltered and so authentic. This is before podcasting. Like when podcasting popped, you'd get Joey on and he was this. I'm not saying Joey's changed, but there is a part of Joey that's savvy to the fact that sometimes shit you say can come back to get you. So he kind of, and I know Joey would say, I'm sure he doesn't to the effect that I'm saying, but even still, there's a little bit of an edit in there because there's some shit he said that has gotten him in trouble. So like, but this type of man, the man that is not really trying to be famous, doesn't care about doing Letterman, doesn't care about fame, but is just one of those fucking guys. Like it's almost not even around anymore. Like, yeah. And I look, as someone, I feel like I feel like
full of stories,
untethered, untouched. I would have ended up being a guy like this. I think I was that guy in college. I really do think I was like a really interesting, bizarre,
you are that.
unique.
What are you talking about? You are that guy.
But you know,
like
there's some pre-thought into who I am, especially like I mean, today I posted pictures of my traps. I know, look, you can argue the weirdo that I am does the weirdo things I do, but there is like a thought process that goes into everything because ultimately, like we said at the very beginning of this podcast, it all's about ticket sales. Ultimately, I need to pay for my house, and so when I'm getting online, family. I'm not gonna do. I'm a little premeditated, but there's no premeditation in a guy like this, and I wonder if we'll ever get back to these men, or if we were the last men to know these men. Like they're, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think about like guitarists. Like I once heard Eric Clapton say about Stevie Ray Vaughan that he was an open channel, that he could just just put his fingers on this thing and it was blah. And I feel like guys like him are that with stories and storytelling and
Even
and
Letterman.
the way they tell it.
Even
you know?
Letterman, who is
Yeah.
on television every day, he's just an authentic dude.
Yeah.
You know, like
He's a comic. He's on the wall.
who was like when you look back, like there are two.
Eddie, let me answer you. Eddie Murphy, Pryor, and Carlin. There would have been 3. And Eddie's still a chance because he's alive. But
like
Martin Lawrence will be another person I'd love to talk to.
I love it. Oh, we're talking about who we'd love to have on the podcast. Oh yeah. Martin Lawrence is someone I'd love to. Cat Williams, someone I'd love to.
Yeah.
Like meaning I could talk to them for hours. I think I fare better with comics. Musicians, I'd love to talk to Jeff Tweedy. I'm such a big fan of his. Jimmy Buffett. I'd love to talk to Jimmy Buffett. I'd love to talk to John Daly, Tiger Woods. But I think I would probably assume I have more in common with them than I actually do. I bet Tiger's so guarded. I bet I would love for him I would love to have a cocktail with him.
That guy hit a tree and just pussy fell all out of it. Just pussy fell all out of that tree. I mean, how much pussy was up in that tree? It just kept falling. It just kept coming out.
Who else would you like? I just had a short list of people that like the other day that I was like, I should reach out to them. I'd love to have Snoop on the podcast.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I know him, but it's like same with Rogan. I would never ask. I asked Rogan one time and he said no. And he was like, why don't you just come do my podcast and we'll get 2 more million people to watch it. And I went, yeah, that's a good call. And so now I'm like, why would I ever, like if I wanted him, I just go, hey man, can I do your podcast? I would never even do that. Like we'll talk and he'll be like, we should pod. And I'll be like, yeah. I'll hit you up next time I'm in town. But like, yeah, I don't like even like you, and I mean this sincerely, in doing a podcast with you, as I go into this podcast today, I was thinking, I just wish Ryan would interview me. He's so much better than I am at that. Like I'm such a bad interviewer that I feel like, so that's why I feel like you'd be great with all those people you said, because you do the work and you listen really well and you allow people to shine. I know my limitations and I kind of like to giggle, talk shit, interrupt, tell a joke, pivot, not listen. Like I just like to hang, you know? And so that's why I think I do better with comics.
I mean, that's what I love. But also because my show has a purpose, I have to wrangle it back together. If I don't, I want us to go off. Look, we're talking about heavy shit. So if someone needs to come up for air, so to speak, for a minute, and we go off over here and we laugh about something for a little bit before we come back to this, then we gotta do that, because that's what they want to do. I always say the Honeydew is your show. I just host it. It's not my
really
stories. My stories are out, and
if you're listening to this is my show, and
you know, I want to hear your stories, and there's a focus on the worst times of your life. It's, you know, honestly, I think that's where that same cousin that almost died from weed, I just went on vacation with him and his wife and his kids. Like we're all super close, and I think that trauma and all the shit that we went through at such an early age, it bonded us. There was a time when I was living with him, and both of my brothers are over. So it's me and my 2 brothers. It's him and his brother, and there was somebody else with us. I think it was another cousin. And we had eaten crabs or whatever, and we just had to move the picnic table back under the deck. And without saying a word, without anything, all 6 of us got 3 and 3 on each side, grabbed the bottom of the thing, just like the coffins we've carried to all the fucking holes, and quietly, and everyone felt it. Yeah. And we set it down. One of my cousins goes, hopefully you don't have to carry that coffin this year. And I just started laughing so hard. I was like, yeah, man. It was weird that we just right into formation of like, boom. Because we were all the young boys and we had to carry the fucking coffins.
I've only carried one coffin.
Oh my God.
Whose coffin was that?
You can't even remember the 4 motherfuckers, only one.
Oh, well.
I hate to be that guy.
I think it was a woman.
You fucking just had your hand barely on it.
I was like the way I carry it. If I'm moving you out of an apartment, I'm like, yeah, I got it. It's 3 of us, right? I'll carry the middle.
Who was it? He carried one coffin. He can't remember the poor son of a bitch.
I've only been to a few funerals.
Oh, shit. I wish I could say that.
I've only been to a few funerals.
I wish I could say that.
I can't even talk about funerals right now. I'm going to need to take a Xanax tonight.
No, we're not.
I wonder if I'm going to need to drink tonight. I kind of want to, but I don't want to.
What you don't need to have an edible.
I have a. Oh, then I need to. I have a. We have a photo shoot that starts 6 minutes ago, and I have to go through hair and makeup. I got fucking hair. I think I got hair and makeup for us. I haven't fucking eaten today. My brain's all over the fucking map. How long have we been doing? An hour? 2 hours? Jesus Christ! I could use a s'more.
Oh god! You need to wrap this up and go get your photos.
Yeah.
taken.
What? Austin this week?
Yeah.
This weekend?
Labor Day weekend. Next weekend.
That's mine. That's
Austin at the Vulcan.
You doing
doing 4
YMH?
shows Friday and Saturday.
there?
No, because I think they're out of town.
Yeah.
But I'm then hitting Vancouver, Edmonton,
I'm in Vancouver.
Grand
Wait,
Rapids.
when are you in Vancouver?
I got to look. It's in September. All tickets are available at ryansickler.com. Subscribe to the Honeydew and my Patreon, Honeydew with y'all, where I do
How are you doing on Patreon?
highlighting the. I'm doing good.
What's
but I
your
could
What's
use a
your
bump.
tiers? I'm doing good, but I could use a bump. What? That should be a T-shirt. I'm good, but I could use a bump.
I'm good. Can I use a bump?
What?
There's my date.
What's your
I got
Patreon?
Vancouver right there.
So wait, you got Nashville. No,
We're after that.
Austin, Vancouver, Edmonton, Chicago, Grand Rapids, and that takes us through the year.
That takes us into the.
That's good. That's a good workload for.
I go
dad.
every other weekend when I don't have my daughter, and October's her birthday, so I'm home for that, and then I'm back out.
And then go to his Patreon real quick.
Yeah, my Patreon.
So what are the tiers? What are the levels?
I just have one tier. I just keep it cheap. It's $5 a month, and if you sign up for a year, you get over a month free, and it's the wildest fucking stories. From a girl with 2 vaginas, a guy who died and came back, a fucking guy, a guy who solved an 18-year-old cold case. And look, they told me I'm not showing up in the search bar on Patreon. There we go. No, I looked at the other day. It wasn't
call it
there.
the Holy Do.
So it's the wildest fucking stories you have ever heard told by y'all, and it's $5 a month, and you get the entire back catalog. You get the Honeydew a day early, ad free at no additional cost. Just keeping it affordable for everybody out there. I know it's a lot of money for people. It's
$5 a month. Chip in, support the Honeydew. I'm telling you right now, best podcast out there.
Thank you, Burke
without a
Kreischer.
fucking doubt.
Thank you,
without a
Burke
fucking
Kreischer.
doubt. Ryan, I love you.
I love you. Thank you.